of Michigan sports. Red Wings, Lions, Tigers, Pistons, Michigan State, and the list goes on. And you love beer. Who doesn't? What if we mixed the two together? This is State of My Sports. We'll talk everything Michigan sports, like only we do, and then we'll down our fair share of beer from a local brewery, grading the beer throughout the episode. So pop a cold one on your end, and we'll get busy on ours. This is the State of My Sports.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us for episode 106. Tonight we are going to chat about some NFL news and just basically how it is going to affect the Lions. A little bit about that. Also, we're going to talk some rankings that came out, which are always fun to talk about in the offseason when you don't have a whole lot to talk about.
You're talking draft rankings or what?
Not draft rankings, player rankings, position rankings.
All
This is
right.
what we're going to do, and I'm going to put you guys to the test here tonight. I forgot my sheets over there, so once we get going, once we get to that point, I'm going to have to ask John to hand them over to me. Everything's just crazy today. But anyways.
Been a good day.
Yeah. Good for you, man. I'm glad.
Sam is grumpy.
We're going to have some fun answering some questions
Have some fun.
Yeah,
from King Kyle's Cup.
At least the
King
rest of
Kyle's
us
Cup
will.
of questions, which are always fun. And for our betting segment, we're going to adopt an NBA team. Some playoff teams. The NBA playoffs have started, but we're going to draft our team, talk a little bit about the odds that are going on there. And then tonight, so last week we reviewed and graded shorts, refreshing session pack. Tonight we're going to rate Ludington Bay's summer provisions variety pack. So I'm excited about that one. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of the episode, I just wanted to give a shout-out to our sponsors, the House Brewing Company and Cafe is the official brewery of State of My Sports in 2021. Siciliano's Market helped us pick out our Michigan beer for each and every episode. Mac Web Design helped us get our website up and running, and Betting Hero helps us and our listeners get the best promo codes available in the sports gambling world in the state of Michigan. So check all of our sponsors out. Let them know that we sent you, and yeah, just let them know, I guess. I'm just so scatterbrained today, but
Yeah,
it's all right.
What's going on? Are you doing all right?
Yeah.
Let's start with you. What's going on with you?
All right, yeah. So what's going on with me? Just so it's been we've been getting new concrete, and he's done a great job. We're not worried about the end product. He did awesome, but just a couple things that just stressed me out about it. The patio in the back was a little smaller than I hoped, but it is what it is. I just got to get over it. I just need to drink a beer and get over it. We don't need to talk more about me right now. I'm sorry. We're not.
How was your weekend, Sam?
Ryan, it was good. It was really good. But do we just want to get into my weekend first?
Yeah, I think we should.
All right, so
Yeah.
Was there something I don't know here? Did you
Well,
not?
he had a big weekend. He didn't want to
I
talk
wanted
about
to-
for
himself,
sure, but
and
he
I'm
seems like he didn't like it or something.
Yeah.
I wanted to introduce everybody first. Is that right?
Yeah, go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah, I'm Ryan Walthart.
Ryan
Kyle.
Walter, Kyle Fossey, Micah Smith, but John Dornbach. I want to give John a chance to talk some golf. He's a big golf guy. There's big things
John.
happening.
Phil.
That's kind of what Phil Mickelson.
The old man.
I mean,
The old timer.
John, working behind the scenes. Always appreciate you being here. But what? How did that happen? My mind's blown that he ended up winning a major at 50. The oldest guy, right? The oldest guy to ever win a major. Is that right?
An 8-year break from his last major win in 2013 too. So it's not like he's been there and he's been on a run. You know, Tiger's always got a fighting chance.
Not when his legs are broken.
Well, obviously not right now. He's not
Really insensitive.
Right, yeah.
Of course.
She's hurtful.
Yeah, he's not a hockey player.
Yeah,
Nice
right?
pour, Sam.
A hockey player would have fought through it.
So
Yeah, it was terrible.
with Phil, has he won the PGA Championship before, or is this his first one?
No, this is his second. First was in 05.
Wow. So then between events, you can just see, I know this one is not always at the same course,
You're right.
but from 05 to 21, that's awesome. 16
It is
year
cool.
That is
difference.
cool.
I wish it happened to a nicer guy. I'm not a big fan of
I'm a
of
big
Phil.
fan.
I'm a
You guys are a
huge
big
fan.
fan of Phil?
What do
He's-
you like about Phil?
He's warmed
I
up
don't
over
know.
the years.
I mean, his face is partial.
You know what?
I don't
My
like his
favorite,
name.
God.
my favorite moment of
His name
Phil
stinks.
is when he. It was a few years ago. He was like, the greens were insanely hard, and he putted, and while the ball was rolling, he like stopped it and had the like big penalty.
That's
That to me, that was like the best moment of Phil Mickelson.
Yeah, I
Like
just-
that, I related.
totally agree.
Everybody's related to that. Everybody's done that.
Well, everybody's done that, but not on a pro tour.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
care. That's what made it even better.
Those videos of like the comments he makes to people,
See-
some of that cracks me up.
That's what I don't like about him, though, because I feel like everybody thinks he's a really good guy, and I think he's the fakest good guy in this whole sport.
No, he's
Like other guys
and-
are okay with being the
strong.
villain and being jerks and all that stuff, but he's always wanted to have that good guy mentality because he knew that it was him or Tiger for the most part, and he was like, oh well, Tiger did this, Tiger did that, so I'm gonna do or pretend that I'm the opposite of that to collect even more. I don't know. I just don't like the guy.
Yeah, that sounds like a Tiger fan talking there.
It is. It probably has a lot to do with that.
Is it
Yeah.
the Tigers shirt you're wearing or what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not Tiger Red.
No, I know what you mean. Growing up, I didn't like Phil Mickelson.
No, he was never my guy. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Tiger fan in and through the rest of my life. He's the greatest golfer I ever see play golf. Phil was there. He's lefty though, like unorthodox. You don't see that very often.
So
he
I heard
he had controversy in his off the course personal life too,
Yeah.
with some financial stuff, right? Didn't
well, he's
he?
a
And-
gambling fool,
yeah.
right?
One of the
but-
original like trick shot guys too, with this backwards.
Yeah, the backwards, like
shots
right-handed backwards.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I think
insane.
he used promo code MIBETS on Betting Hero.
He did. Yeah.
I'm pretty
Probably.
sure.
I was trying to
Yeah.
I was trying to
100%
get
himself.
I was trying to get some money on that third hole bunker shot he hit on Sunday. I watched his whole 18 holes,
Yeah.
the final round. Found myself at Vitali's of all places
Oh.
after I had already played 18 holes Sunday morning. So it was like,
Nice.
man, I was cheering him on, but you're not the only one, Sam, that said a lot of what you just said. I mean,
I just don't like the guy.
a lot of people were kind of bummed that I was rooting for him. I don't know, 50 years old, probably, arguably the toughest course they're gonna play all year on tour, and
Yeah.
he just beat all these young guns that hit the ball far.
And he had the longest drive of the tournament too, which I thought was really cool. Like for a 50-year-old dude.
Do you
Going
follow
again-
him on Instagram?
No, I don't. I don't.
He seems like he's actually a pretty funny guy to me.
I'm sure he is. He's fake funny.
I think a lot of things are taken out of context with him. I think he does have a pretty good personality. He's a competitor. So you say when you're in the
Yeah.
competitive spirit, you say dumb things. Like you should know
Oh,
that
no,
more than
no,
anybody.
No, I don't. I've never been mad at his competitive nature. That is not it. I just feel like he pretends to be something he's not. That's. I think he's
Yeah.
fake.
I
really
just
do.
think 50
he's
years
also
old.
a fake lefty. Did
Good
you know
for
that?
him.
He's actually right-handed.
I would
He taught
be
himself how to play lefty or something. I heard.
I would be extremely fake too if I was winning $2 million a weekend to play golf, right? You know, I'd be living a totally different life myself.
Yeah, your true personality would show through every once in a while.
I think the best part, Sam, we can all agree, is they had fans there, and those guys had to trample through thousands of people on the 18th fairway walking up to the green.
Yeah.
Amen
And
to that.
We are finally starting to see a little bit more normalcy.
That's
again,
a great point.
It takes a veteran guy to win to win a tournament like that, especially a major. But yeah, I was rooting for Phil. Props to him. It proves that you can be any age and win a tournament.
Yeah, for sure, Micah. So I wanted to introduce. I don't know if I fully introduced you today, but Micah Smith is also here today.
What
and
up?
The biggest thing that I wanted you to talk about, and I probably should have told you this ahead of time, but I know you were doing a little bit of research
A little bit.
last night. So Josh Gaddis, the Michigan offensive coordinator, he got extended. And first of all, I wanted to talk about the logistics behind it, if you have that available. And then I wanted to talk a little bit about it as a team and like talk about the odd timing of it and just and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so honestly, I want to start with the timing. It seems like bad timing, quite honestly.
Yeah.
However, I think Jim is starting to realize with a lot of coaches leaving, he wants to create stability for this team. I think he's noticing, like, these kids are leaving, and kind of a common denominator seems to be a lot of these coaches leaving.
They leave with the coordinator.
Honestly.
Or the guy that recruited them or their coordinator and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Jim has a long list of coaches leaving, However, a lot of these coaches, I want to say there's about 15 of them that have become head coaches. They're not making lateral moves. So it's kind of like a catch-22 problem. Like he is creating an environment for coaches to move to that next step, which is great, but it's not good for Michigan.
Yeah, I find it weird that did the terms come out of the contract? Did you find anything on that?
Yeah, it's kind of long-winded.
Yeah, give us like the nitty-gritty, like roughly average salary.
So he's keeping
in
his
years.
his $900,000 base salary for 2021, and it's going to increase to $1 million in 2022, and then he's got incentives if he finishes in like top 2 for the Big Ten, and each win past 8 wins, I think it looks like. So it's heavily
contract,
incentivized.
Yeah, and I feel like that's an interesting thing that they're. So Harbaugh, he got that new deal. That's more incentivized.
Incentivized.
Yes.
There it is.
Incentivized.
There it is.
And then you have Gaddis doing the same thing. I like it, okay, but I also like who was after this guy to give this guy a raise.
Oh, I think he's 1 year away from being highly sought after for head coach.
Yeah?
Absolutely, yeah.
But-
Josh Gaddis, he's got
but
experience at Alabama. He's got experience with Harbaugh now.
But is an extension going to really help him stay? He's still going to be shopping around. He's still going to be looking to be a head coach of somewhere, right?
I think the multiple years is important for players.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Because they're going to keep him through the 2022 season.
So that gets us
So I mean, it's like the
January 2023.
Yep.
Okay.
And Harbaugh through 2025. So, if something doesn't work out, if Jim stays on through 2025, and say he kicks Gaddis to the curb, he's got another couple of years to figure it out with an OC, which it's becoming exhausting.
Yeah, I don't think Harbaugh has another OC to work with. This guy has to work unless he's. I mean, they have to be successful under Gaddis and Harbaugh. Otherwise, they're both going to be canned. I feel like we're getting to that point. I think as Michigan fans, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've got my own personal timeline with this program and him, but
what is it?
It's a secret. He wrote it down in
no.
private.
It's not a secret. I just
it's in the lockbox.
Honestly.
Mailing it to himself.
Yeah.
So as a timestamp.
This is a personal thing. I appreciate if you stay out of my personal affairs.
Yeah.
I usually write home about it, but no, honestly, like my timeline for Jim and this team right now is the end of J.J. McCarthy's career at Michigan, whenever it ends.
Yeah.
Like, this is what he's got to work with. This is the best QB recruit he has ever had. He may be a better recruit technically on paper than Andrew Luck. I don't know where Andrew Luck stacks up.
I don't think Andrew Luck was even a 5-star.
Okay, I don't
could be wrong
have
on that,
those stats, but regardless, that is my timeline. You have J.J. McCarthy to work through. You've got Cade right now. You've got a couple others kind of in the wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And
there's no excuse.
There is no more excuses. Like, you have your crown jewel at quarterback. You make it work.
Yeah.
So.
No, it'll be interesting. I thought the timing was weird. I didn't think the extension was that impressive for the timing and all that stuff. It seems like it could have been another year or so. But I don't know. It was definitely worth bringing up. But you guys already brought up that I had a bachelor party. And I see Jarrett's watching. He made a little comment there on the Facebook. He actually joined us for a night, which was cool because he just moved to Tampa. You guys know that. But Jarrett.
Jared?
Jarrett.
It was.
Yeah, Jared.
Well, I thought it was.
He's jumped on
Listener
here.
Jared,
He's
yeah.
filled in a few times and great guy, great friend. But one thing that I did want to talk about the bachelor party that was a pretty fun story. So we went to the Tampa Bay Lightning Florida Panthers game, and so we had a group of, I want to say it was 14 of us. Somehow they got tickets. I don't know how the best man did it. Shout out to Ben planning an amazing bachelor party. But so we get in our seats, and we have to be in clumps because they only had like 70% seating, I believe. So you couldn't all sit in a group, and obviously finding 14 seats together is tough anyways. But we had a group of, I want to say 5 or 6 of us in the section that I was in, and Ben was in my group, and he kept, as soon as we sat down, he's looking for seats. He's like, oh, I want to go sit there. I want to go sit there. I want to go sit there. And so we find section 229 that just stands out to me, and we're trying to find this thing, right? So I think it was mid-second period. We start heading down to find section 229. And we find the stairs finally, and we're going to go down, and the guy stops us. He goes, no, you guys can't go down there. We're like, why? And he goes, well, you need to have special tickets and stuff like that. We're like, oh, crap. Okay. So we can't go to 229. So we just kind of keep walking. And then I see a similar-looking door kind of closing, right? No guard or anything, but it had like one of those even scan pads that like the guy that went down the stairs probably used to get in the door. So I just kind of like run up as quick as I can, kind of put my foot in the door and hold it open for a second, and then kind of peek, and I don't see anybody.
Yeah.
So I just wave the guys through. We're like, come on. So we head down to section 200, and we're still trying to find section 229. So we finally get in this, and this is like, this is a nice arena, but this is an even nicer section. So you know how most arenas are like cement and everything's like that. This is carpeted. You got like lounge chairs everywhere,
Ooh.
Couches, TVs, bars, and all that stuff. We're like, all right, I don't think we're supposed to be here.
He hit the VIP
Why keep
lounge.
looking for
Yeah.
229?
But
Yeah,
anyway,
why are you leaving?
but it didn't really click. So we just I'm kind of leading the pack, or me and Billy, and we get to a section. We're like, hey, we're trying to find 229. She goes, well, your ticket can't get past this other section. So it's like you can't get into a section in this section that we shouldn't be in anyways. So we turn around, walk the other way, trying to get to 229 because it's in our head, and it was open.
Why is it in your head?
Yeah.
Well,
Because that was the section that was open, that had enough rows of seats that we could jump in there and sit.
Oh, it seems like the couch would have been enough, you know?
Right?
Yeah.
So anyways,
Bars,
Yeah,
couches.
the bars
like,
and couches. Yeah.
So we turn around, walk the other direction, and we're about to run into the same thing where they're scanning tickets to get into another section in the concourse, basically. And instead of kind of talking to this person, I'm like, all right, quick right. Who knows what number section it was. Just walk in, act like we own the place, go sit down. And we sit down, we're like looking around, and we should not have been in this section,
Yeah.
first of all. And it was, so basically you had a section to go into the stadium where the person was scanning, and then the other exit for this section. So the exit for this section that we ended up sitting in is on the other side of where we weren't supposed to get into. So we're sitting there for a little bit, and I have to pee so bad. And I'm like, all right, I got to do this. Like, I might lose my seat. Find me after the game if I do. So instead of going to the right where we came up, I go to the left and go to the bathroom, and I'm on the other side of the place that we weren't able to get into. Anyways, I'm trying to make a small story or long story short, but I'm not doing a good job, and I get it. It's fine. It's fine.
Seems like a long story long.
Yeah. So anyways, I go back to my seat, and I'm just like, all right, well, I didn't have any problem getting back here. So then a couple of the other guys, all right, well, then we'll go get some beer. And so Ben and Billy go down to the section to the left, to the section that we weren't supposed to get into. They're like, hey, we'll go buy you guys some beers. So they walk up to this bar, and they ask for their beer, and they go to pay, and they're like, oh, no, everything's free here.
Oh, boy.
So they have,
No.
like, it's not just Bud Light, stuff like this. I mean, they had Bud Lights, but
man.
then they have, like, really nice IPAs, full bar, like,
Whoa.
liquor and all that stuff. So
This
they
is
get-
VIP.
yeah, we're in a spot that we should not be in. I'm wearing a Red Wing shirt. Nobody else is wearing Lightning gear. And we're just surrounded by, like, it might have been, like, the wives and girlfriends section, potentially.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
We
yeah.
don't know that for sure. But
Wow, what would make you think that maybe you're in that section?
that's just what one of the guys. So we were in, like, there was even a nicer section above us. I mean, it's just insane what was going on.
Wait,
So
what
then-
made you think that was
Wives, girlfriends specifically.
So then they come back up and they're like,
He just
dude,
passes. He
there
just
is free beer, free drinks. Everybody else just stands up, just books down there. So we're just going back and forth. It was like dollar beer night
Nice.
With the
at
White
Van
Caps?
Andel.
Yeah.
Or it's like you go grab your beer, set it down, you go grab more. So we were doing that, and we basically had free beer for the rest of the second period, third period, and then overtime, which was it was pretty cool. It was funny. We shouldn't have been there, but it was worth
So
it.
you stole beer.
We didn't steal it. We were in the
You
section.
earned it.
that- we
you
did
earned
earn
it. Yeah. It's a good way to put it. That's true.
Smash.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it was good. It was just fun that it was.
I actually think that was a short story long, right? I mean,
It might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I enjoyed it though. Thank you
Thanks,
for
man.
telling
Yeah.
that story. No,
I'm trying to think of how
that's
I would
really
tell
funny.
that story. I would say,
Hey,
hey,
we got
free
free beer.
It was awesome.
I got a ton of free beer at a
We
Lightning
sat in
game.
this crazy section.
We
It was
snuck-
awesome.
We snuck into this place and got a bunch of free beer at a Lightning game.
Man, that was like 3
Thanks,
seconds.
guys.
That's yeah.
You always have the
So,
best
John, should we
stories
just
when you do
cut-
wild things.
So we just cut half of that or all of it? Or
No,
what?
the best part is all of us were sitting here with microphones in our hands and nobody was talking.
No,
I
we
mean,
just
it was
let
a
you
good
go.
story. It was a good story.
I thought a couple times I should put him out of his misery, and then I thought, no, this is good.
Just
And
let
then-
him go embarrass
And then I
himself?
woke up and it was still going. So.
Right. Tell me more about 229.
No, let's get into our beer introductions, Kyle.
Huh? What?
Let's get into our beer introductions.
Oh, I'm unready.
It is time to introduce our Michigan beers for this episode, but before we do, I want to remind everyone of our partner, Siciliano's Market. They are simply the best beer store in West Michigan, located on Lake Michigan Drive, right between Grand Valley State University's main campus and downtown Grand Rapids. Wherever you live in West Michigan, it is worth the short drive for what they have to offer. Whether you know what you want or need some help from their expert staff, Siciliano's Market is the best place for that. They not only have a massive and up-to-date inventory of the best craft beers from across our great nation, they are individually priced so you can mix and match to build your own six-pack. They obviously have a great selection of craft beer. They also have specialty wines, spirits, ciders, coffee, tea, tobacco, and cigars. Siciliano's Market also has the largest selection of homebrew and winemaking supplies in West Michigan. We love that Siciliano's Market is part of the State of My Sports family, and it is who we visit to help us choose our Michigan beers for each and every episode. So please check them out and let them know that we sent you. So just like last week, we have a different type of episode, and we're going to try to fit that same format, if we can remember how we did it. But we're drinking from Ludington Bay Brewing Company. Their Summer Sessions mixed 12-pack. That is, so you get 3 of the Tangelo Dreams, Summer Fling, the SS Badger Blue, and then they have a mystery brew as well in all of these. So then, which our mystery brew was the... Somebody can have that here.
So it's different in every pack?
Yeah, it is. So we have Lake Phantom. That is the American Pale Ale. That is the mystery brew.
Oh, that's
in
the
our
mystery.
12-pack.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. I thought it was going to actually have like a mystery can and be like, oh, we have to guess what it is. And I was really nervous because we pretend to be
We're
beer
great at-
guys.
yeah.
But no, but so what we're going to do is basically we'll start with what do we want to drink first? Let's start with the Tangelo Dream is what we're going to start with and grade by the end of our beer introduction. So Kyle, is that what you have over there, or what do you have?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Can you introduce that one? It is on the paper that's in the cup as well.
Okay.
Just a little bit of description of it.
Glass.
He's going to need his glasses.
I was about to talk into my beer. Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, if you could.
Yeah, I mean, we can do whatever you want. I don't care.
Tangelo Dream. It's a dry hopped with Citra, Chinook, and Idaho 7 hops. That's all I've got.
Yeah, so what is the percentage? Is that on the can there, Kyle?
There is a little bit more on here. Is this
Perfect.
A refreshing American pale ale with Tangelo flavor, artificial color, malt beverage, and natural flavor.
Oh my gosh.
And artificial. It says artificial color twice.
Artificial what twice?
We're just reading ingredients.
Look at this.
We'll get to fat content later.
Artificial color. Artificial color.
Oh yeah, why does it do that?
But
That's
then
weird.
it says colored with turmeric, which turmeric's good.
Oh, that's totally natural.
Yeah. It says in here 5.7.
Okay.
Fat content not listed.
So Jay from Betting Hero, and on the episode that we had at Arvon several weeks ago, I think that was his one of his go-tos.
Yeah, he said it was. If he would have ranked that one, didn't he give it a grade too?
He did give it a grade.
It
I
was
wish I
like
remembered.
9.2 or
I
something.
think it was, yeah.
It was really high on that one.
It was
high.
right on. Anyways,
Yeah.
so then we're going to move on after that to... Sorry, hold on. I'm gonna Summer Fling. Who's got Summer Fling? Ryan, is that what you're introducing?
No.
Is that the one I'm introducing?
You just did one. Hold on, where's my sheet? Summer Fling.
Summer Fling. Somebody. Here you go, Ryan. You can do it.
All it says is brewed with Michigan copper and oh boy, what is this word, Ryan?
I don't know.
Vovodina?
Yeah.
Vovodina.
Oh, I like
hops.
it. Yeah. So it's a Hefeweizen ale, right?
Ooh,
6.1%.
Hefeweizen.
Yes, it's a
Hefeweizen.
Weizen. It's a hybrid ale brewed with German yeast and American malt, creating banana, clove flavors, and a slight dry biscuit finish.
Didn't you say two?
So-
you said every single Hefeweizen has banana,
I
and
did.
actually Ludington Bay Brewing hopped in
called me out.
on the Instagram.
That's probably why they wanted us to do this, because they're like, you guys just let us down on that one.
Yeah.
Wait, seriously?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you.
They were...
What?
They're always one of the best with... I love
They
their
are.
social media.
They're
They're
whoever
so
does their
good.
social media
Yeah.
is so good.
Always
They're
very
awesome.
involved.
Yeah.
Always
Yeah.
Beer's
sharing
great,
our stuff,
too.
which is awesome. Their
Yeah.
beer is amazing, too.
Yeah, whoever that was.
That was good. Yeah, he called me out by name too. I was not happy
So
with that.
so there's
Tagged
no
him.
banana.
It's something that brings in a banana flavor.
There you go.
Yeah.
Look
It's
at
like
us
a Laffy
learning.
Taffy or something. I don't know.
Well,
I think there's real bananas
That's
in there.
more like the natural
They're
flavors.
gonna comment again. Yes, colors, flavors. Yeah.
And there probably is fat content.
Letting them
Yes,
down. Or letting them down.
Oh, stop making.
Oh, you see what I did there? That was good. All right, Micah.
Here, take your beer.
Can you introduce the SS Badger Blue?
Yeah, absolutely. Their Badger Blue Cream Ale. It's brewed with Michigan Cascade and German Huell melon hops.
Okay.
It's
Huell
a
melon.
light-bodied blueberry cream ale. It's a 5.6%er.
That one will be interesting.
It's good because
The
it's
cream
gone.
ale? Oh, you already drank it. Oh, man.
Was there another
Was-
one?
Way ahead.
Wait, hold on.
We are too. We already finished ours too.
So we're doing this different than last time?
You weren't clear about it. You were all frazzled
You
before we
gave us
started.
beer
and you
and we
handed us
drank
beer and we drank it.
Yes.
Like,
All
while
right.
you were upset. you were
Anyways, I
mad,
gotta
and-
try that
So-
one before it's gone.
There's only so many things you can do while you're storytelling.
Right.
Like you were talking about Section 229. We had
I
to
got
drink
So
our beer.
Section 229 stood out to me for some reason.
Me too.
Every
I
time
said it 4
Every time
times.
you guys see Section 229, you will think of this episode.
me and Ryan started a drinking
You
game.
ever-
Every time he said
Hey.
229, we took a
That's why
a
the
sip
beer's
of beer.
gone.
Yeah, and
The
the beer's
beer's
gone.
Oh man, I wish I had some information about this one.
What is it?
You want me to read
So
it?
this was our. It's not even on there. It's not on the sheet because it's the mystery beer. So our mystery
Oh,
beer is
nice.
Lake Phantom. It's the American IPA. It's 5.7% alcohol. And I mean it's a standard IPA. Very good so far. I'm sipping on that one.
Yeah, I mean, just
um,
refreshing hop.
John, do you have a
Slight dry
pen?
finish.
You got a pen? Awesome. So we gotta grade our first one through here. So what are we
Didn't
drinking?
we all drink different beers?
No, but we're also all drinking Tangelo Dream.
Oh.
If you're not, Ryan, I need to get you one.
I'm so confused.
No,
This-
we split
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
but
we
it was
split
like
it.
All right, so let's.
it was
let's
like
all,
half
let's
an
all
hour
give the gr-
before or ago before the 229 story started.
Well, it was mid 229, so it's gone.
yeah.
All right, so let's give it a little grade. Kyle, you want to start us off with a grade for the Tangelo Dream?
I feel like I need another sip of it. Like, do you have another one in there?
Yeah, no, I don't have any more of them. We
Poor
already drank.
Kyle.
Oh,
We
yeah,
We drank
right there.
all three?
No, there's one right there. Right there.
I was going to say, because me and Ryan just
Hold
split
on.
one.
All right, Ryan. Micah, can you grade and keep this thing on the rails here?
What-
Like,
where-
this is going.
Absolutely.
mad.
Sorry.
Yeah, give us a grade.
This is
here.
hilarious. This is a very good beer. I agree with Jay. It's heavy on the Tangelo, if that's a
Which
fruit.
I'm assuming is an orange of some sort. Right?
Tangerine.
Oh, tangerine. That makes more sense.
I was
tangerine.
making a joke.
It's good.
It is really
Gotta
good.
go. Keep going.
Um,
I'm just.
So,
Oh, thank you.
like the guy said, it's dry hopped with Citra, Chinook, and Idaho 7 hops. It definitely tastes like a beer, but real heavy on the tangerine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do an 8.2. Man,
Nice.
this
No.
on a
No,
nice
no.
warm
That's
summer
too
day.
low.
That's too low?
Yeah.
I think that's about solid. I was gonna go with what I like about this beer. So you know how you have like the Bells and like the New
The
Belgium,
Oberon
yeah,
stuff.
Oberon, and then you got the not full moon, Blue Moon, and you got to like garnish it with the orange to really bring out the flavor. You got to like squirt it in. This has so much fruit flavor.
Yeah.
You do not need to garnish it at all. It is really good. I'm gonna go with an 8.5.
Nice.
Kyle's like he's confused. He goes, "Where are you guys coming up with this score?" He's like, I'm gonna bring this back down to earth. Is
No,
that
I
what's going on?"
enjoy the beer. I like it. I feel like you get a lot of the orange in the sniff,
Yeah.
or like in what you smell off of it before you even drink it, and then the beer I think is
Yeah.
really well balanced. I don't think it's overly orangey.
No, no, yeah, no. you're right. I should just let you talk.
Yeah.
229.
I give this a 2.29. Just kidding. That's a joke. I really like it too. The first one I had about an hour ago. I didn't like the end, or what do they call it? The finish. I
The
believe they call it.
finish.
The finish as well. But now that I'm into my second half of one beer,
Yeah.
I am starting to like it more.
Yeah.
8.1.
Oh, Brian's
I
gonna
would
be
really
so
like this.
upset.
No,
No.
this is going to be one of our highest overall
That's a good
scores
grade
as
for
like
Kyle because his grades
Into
are.
the 8 is actually something I would buy.
I'm taking into the standard deviation, the factor along with all this stuff per person.
Yeah.
So I tend to grade either extreme high or extreme low, and I'm going to be on the extreme high side of this. I think this is a terrific beer.
Yeah,
I do too.
I don't think it's too sweet. I don't think it's.
No, that's what I was trying to say. I guess is that I don't. It has a lot of orange. Don't get me wrong, but I don't find it overly sweet.
No, it's really well mixed in with the beer overall, and the finish. I agree. The first couple was a little bit weird. He's waiting for me to.
No, but I think he does it for all of us. Like as I'm rambling on, John's like, "Can you just give a number
give a
so
number?
I can write it down?"
No, this isn't real radio, John. So keep your producing career.
I do. Yeah, the
here.
first.
We're not on against a clock here or anything.
I'm with you. The
3, 2,
first
1.
few sips were like, I don't know if I like that finish, but now I'm like, okay, all right, I like it.
Oh, 5 seconds to commercial. All right, 8-6.
No, so
There we go.
that's
good.
That's a good score.
That's a high score for Ryan, though,
That's
too.
a really
Yeah.
good score for all of us here. So summer provisions. That is the 12-pack. Look it out. It came out yesterday. Started hitting stores. So look in your wherever you buy a beer. Siciliano's Market. I'm sure we'll have some.
I'm buying this one. This is a good one.
I like the pack so far. Well, that was just one of the beers so far.
No, I'm buying the whole thing. I've had several beers already.
But
Does he
before
forget we've been here for 2 hours?
before we move on to
Listening
a
to hockey
segment here,
stories?
John, you're drinking something different. So they gave us obviously the 12-pack here, but they threw us some breweries exclusive, like tap exclusive beers. Can you kind of tell us what you're drinking over there?
20 seconds. We
And-
got a commercial break.
Yeah, this is on you now.
Vanilla Jitterbean. Collaboration Linden 2 coffee in Charlevoix brewed with Ethiopian Leu
Lehu.
coffee with cupping notes of apricot, tropical fruits, and floral.
Is that a real word?
Lehu.
Leu.
Was that
I think
typo?
so.
Did you just double every letter there, or is that how it actually is?
It's like my last
That's
name.
exactly how it is. So I did get a comment from Brian, who's actually Ludington Bay guy. He said colored with turmeric. He said that the feds made us put artificial on that. Since been changed. Just
Turmeric-
running through
turmeric
the
is
old
real.
labels.
Good for him. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
I
they're
love
just
that.
running through old labels at this point.
I love
so-
that. That's
no,
awesome.
That's cool. That's cool. Thank
That
you for
sounds
sharing
about
that.
right. Like the government
Brian.
making them put
Tell
something like that
him.
on there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
tell him to tell the feds to stay out of his
Right.
alcohol.
Just
Right?
let you
You know what,
make
that
things.
is
Stay
so-
You do
out
you.
of it.
That
Help
is so
me
good to
help
know,
you.
though,
Help
because
me help you. Yeah.
like
Love it.
myself or my wife, like she would look at that and say, "No, absolutely, I'm not drinking that." So I mean, that makes a difference. So I'm glad he called
Clear
us
that
out.
up. No, that's
I'm
Yeah,
also
make
glad
sure
they
that he
said
let us
right
know.
below, like, because it says artificial, and right below it says colored with turmeric, like
Yeah, like
where we
hey,
were like, turmeric's that's a real thing,
legit.
Like, yeah.
for sure.
From the Red Wings to Michigan State, we're talking about it. This is State of My Sports.
It's time to get into the main topic for episode 1 of 6. But before we do, I want to remind everyone that the Hops Brewing Company and Cafe is open and pouring some of the best craft beer in West Michigan. Their revamped food menu, rotating taps, and more makes the Hops perfect for whatever you have going on, from dinner with the family, late night drinks with friends, and everything in between. The Hops is becoming a staple in this West Michigan restaurant community that we highly recommend to our friends and listeners. The Hops is the official brewery of State of My Sports in 2021, and if you mention State of My Sports, you will get a nice little discount off of your first beer. John, I need my papers, man. I left them over
Wait, have
there.
you tried a bunch of the new menu stuff at DeHops?
I forget what I had last time. I went out there with Kurt.
Oh, nice.
And,
Wasn't I supposed to?
nope,
Be there?
sorry, John. Nope, the papers are over there.
Yeah, you
My
were.
bad.
I didn't show.
And I'm trying to remember what we drank when we were or ate when we were there.
You guys had dinner?
Yeah, we had dinner. I think we had like we both had the spicy Nashville hot is what we had.
Ooh.
And
It's so weird. I didn't
was
get an invite for that.
very
No, I
hot.
didn't either.
Yeah, he actually did
I-
because you also buy from Kurt. But anyway,
Listener Kurt.
Kurt,
Yeah.
customer.
We love him.
Customer Kurt? No, I'm not.
Nope, not customer.
We're his customer.
We are his customer.
If we came out with some like shirts or hats or something like that, State of My Sports, then we could start calling our listeners purchasers or
That's
whatever,
a good point.
whatever you want to call them.
That's a really good point.
I think
Need
we should
some
do that. That'd
swag
be
to
awesome.
do.
you want
Yeah.
to start
Yeah.
doing that?
Yeah, I think we
All right.
should.
I love the collaboration going on today. This is awesome.
With what? What do you
Really-
mean?
I just really appreciate you guys' opinions. This is awesome.
Let's
Do
do a
you-
collab.
Do you like it or hate it?
I love it. I love it because I'm running out of ideas here.
Let's do a
So-
collab
Oh,
with
yeah.
Ludington Bay on some T-shirts.
Oh, that'd be
Hey,
cool.
I've given you
I
some
really like
ideas
their
You
recently.
guys,
logo.
yeah, that's true. You responded to.
I
some
haven't
texts
done
this
anything
weekend.
with
That
it,
was
but-
good.
He asked me a question. I gave him 2 ideas,
And I
and
said
he asked
no.
for a follow-up, and I said, I have no idea. He wanted me to go deeper, and I didn't have it. Like,
Yeah, that's exactly what I did too. I'm like, this is my idea. Okay,
Right.
what do you want to do with that? And then I
That's what he said. That's
silent.
I didn't know where to go
Crickets.
from
Crickets, not just in the background of the
I'm sorry, I was
podcast,
doing my
all the
job.
way.
I was actually working.
Anyways, what I wanted to start with basically talking a little bit about what's going on in the NFL. Obviously,
We've had story
a lot
time
of
like
stuff going on.
we've had story time this entire time so far.
Story time.
Yeah,
And
story
it's probably
time.
been your guys' favorite one.
I
so
like
far.
story
Yeah, it's
time. I
terrific.
really like story time.
It's story time and beer time. But the funny part is we're going to get into more story time because that's what your story kind of made me feel like this whole saga of the off season so far, and it just reminded me of that. It's just like a never-ending story.
Yeah, so
Yep.
so I don't have the
That's a good
exact
point. That's a good point,
timeline
actually.
of everything going on, but
That's a
basically,
good segue. That's a great segue.
basically,
Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan. Well done.
Got him.
Got him.
I have no idea what you said, but you guys already knew that. Anyways,
We
but,
enjoyed it.
I mean, basically, this has been an interesting offseason for NFL. Usually, the guys don't say a whole lot. They don't demand trades. It's just kind of what happens. Like, they stick to their contracts for the most part. Usually, it's like getting a new contract is their goal. And that right now, we have guys, very high-profile guys, demanding trades. First of all, Stafford wanted out of Detroit. He demanded a trade. He didn't do it publicly. He did it the right way. He did it behind closed doors. He did it respectfully. And you have some big-name guys that are doing the exact opposite. And so just to throw out some names, Aaron Rodgers, Julio Jones, Deshaun Watson. I mean, 2 of the best quarterbacks in the game. One of the best wide receivers in the game.
Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Do you think any of those 3, or do you think any of them went and did it privately first, and then it got out of it deteriorated from there?
This has
Probably.
been
You know,
an
it's an honest
annual
question, 'cause
thing
you
for
know I
Aaron
have no idea.
Rodgers.
It seems like it. I think Aaron Rodgers is the one that's doing it the wrong way. I mean, Deshaun Watson did it, 6 months ago almost at this point? It feels
Yeah.
like. I mean,
I
been a
think
long-
the timing with Aaron Rodgers has a lot to do with Tom Brady and the success that Tom Brady had last year with the Buccaneers. He's looking at an organization that he thought, I'm speaking with Tom Brady right now, he thought he could have success with, and they were run a certain way, in the right way maybe. And Aaron Rodgers' biggest criticism of the Packers is the organization itself not dealing with football issues and people issues the way he wants them to deal with it.
It's still very weird because there's not a whole lot of accurate reports as to what the actual problem is. And as of right now, he still hasn't technically requested a trade. So that's part of the very bizarre saga as to what's going on up there. But I mean, that's totally different than Julio or Deshaun. I don't keep track,
Well,
tabs on Deshaun, honestly.
All 3 of them have such unique stories already. Because I mean, Julio Jones comes out and says he's done with that place.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever his quote
whatever
was.
his quote was, yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's done with them on a random phone call on a TV show with
Shannon Sharp.
with Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
How bizarre is that? On live TV, just calls him up and he's like, "Yeah, I'm done with that place. I'm not going
Yeah.
back."
That was really.
That's how it went down.
really strange.
Yeah, that's how
It
it
was
went down.
really
That's
strange.
how the
I mean,
news broke with that.
there were rumblings before that.
Sure,
But
yeah.
this was really his big first comment of, public comment was, I mean, what was the whole thing? Sharp, allegedly. So who knows exactly how this all went down? Because I listened to a lot of opinions about it, and I guess in California where Fox 1 is recorded, is you have to have clear two-way street basically. That you're going to be on air. We're going to use it on air. And if you don't, you can get sued pretty quickly. And they made it seem like that wasn't the case, but I feel like they had to have known. But anyways, basically what happened was
Julio knew. He knew that he was doing that. It's not like he got blindsided by that phone call.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm accusing him of.
Yeah, but even
it's just
so,
weird.
it's like the way that like most people come out with comments through their agents and all that kind of stuff, but he just, it was very strange. Like, I'm done with that place or something like that. Like, I mean, I'm out of there or something. I don't remember exactly the quote, but it's like, okay, well, that's a very weird way of doing it.
Noted.
So basically, the way I wanted to kind of talk about this is you're getting the comments. So, I mean, and it's turning into NBA, I feel like. I know it's only 3 out of how many guys are on a roster, 55 times 32. I'm terrible with math, but
it's
that
the
many
profile.
players. But it's the profile of like, you got guys that are starting to do this. And that scares the crap out of me with the NFL because, I mean, when will that happen to our team? When will when will Hawkins be like, I'm sick of rebuild, I want to go on a team now, I'm done. Like, that's the kind of stuff that I don't want to happen in the NFL. It happens too much in the NBA, and it's kind of ruined the NBA for me in a lot of ways. Not that I was ever a biggest fan, but...
Well, it does drive me nuts. I remember it was probably, I don't know, guessing 3-4 years ago when someone was like the first player. I cannot remember. I tried looking it up, and I cannot find it right now. Trying to look up who was the first player in the NFL to go, I demand a trade. And in the back of my mind, I'm going, what do you mean you demand a trade? Like, you have a contract. You play out that contract like a man and move on.
Yeah, I mean, for most of the time, it's like, I'm not showing up to workouts. I'm not doing this. I'm not showing to voluntary workouts. And everybody's throwing their hands in the air like, whoa, you got to show up to voluntary workouts.
But now it's almost common to not show up to voluntary workouts if you're a veteran of some nature.
Well, I think a lot of this comes down to guaranteed money. We've seen a lot of non-guaranteed contracts in football, the NFL especially, so you're not going to hear that kind of stuff because you're not going to get paid if you don't play. Or if you cause a ruckus and you get let go, like no other team's going to pick you up because now you're a problem child and you don't have a guaranteed job. You don't have guaranteed money.
Yeah.
The more guaranteed contracts we get from a young age means that these guys do not care about what the repercussions are because they're going to get paid in the end.
Exactly. I agree with that completely. I think that's the biggest issue is as soon as you give them guaranteed contracts, then you give them opinions. You give them the leverage. You give them the power.
Oh, almost
you know
100% of it.
Well,
yeah.
but you also see these contracts being so large. So even if you have 4 healthy years, the contracts they're signing are ridiculous. I mean, this is just money that now they can leverage with owners because they're almost making that kind of money with all their endorsements in the end. Everything that they have invested in, these players are getting paid. And then after their careers, you're seeing more and more players getting invested in teams now. They're buying teams, they're buying franchises. So, I mean, it's big time money that athletes are making right now. So it does give them more leverage in the end.
Was Kirk Cousins the first guaranteed
Fully
contract?
guaranteed.
Fully guaranteed. That was $90 million. Here you go. Play for 3 years. You know, produce. Do good for us.
Yeah, and I just think I don't want to really bounce around too much here, but going back to Aaron Rodgers, you know, he's been there 16 years. Roughly. That's just off the top of my head.
I think he just finished year 16 is what I thought I heard today.
So he might be jumping into year 17 is around that time. This isn't like it's becoming an epidemic of guys, you know, quitting on their teams at an early age. That's not what we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson maybe, but you look at what Houston was doing. They ran everybody out of town over there. Like that was a bizarre situation either way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Miami has basically taken everything that Houston had that was good and then built on their back, you know, with that. So I think the Houston thing is it's actually probably the most bizarre story because then he's demanding trades and now he's the least sought after quarterback out there because nobody knows he's going to play because he might be arrested instead.
Yeah. It's been a crazy offseason and I don't like this type of offseason. I really don't. I don't
mind it as long as it's not the Lions. And if
That's
we're
true.
going to talk about like how this impacts the Lions in the
Yeah.
end, I think it's great. As much turbulence you can have with the Green Bay Packers from a Lions fan perspective, the better. Like let's keep them in the news as much as possible.
Yep, I originally thought that as well, but then I started getting into I heard some 97.1 start talking about it, and one of the guys brought up a really good point. It's like, no, Like, I mean, I get, turmoil in our biggest rival is always a great thing. But at the same time, it's like, do you really want Aaron Rodgers to get traded and then the Green Bay Packers start the rebuild at the exact same time as the Lions? The best part about what the Lions are doing is they started the rebuild before anybody else. And if it's done right, they will be relevant before anybody else. Everybody goes through the rebuild and stuff like that.
Okay, I
You
get what you're
understand?
I get what you're saying. I completely get it. But what has made the Packers a consistent team over the last 30 years? It's been the quarterback spot. So they went from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. Nobody does that. Franchises don't get to do that. That's a luxury. So what are the odds that that Love is going to be another one of those quarterbacks? From all reports that I heard last year, they were disappointed with his play on the practice field. At least he didn't see the field.
He lost the backup job to the guy that's on the Lions now, right?
Yeah, second
Brett
string.
something.
Yeah.
I don't remember the guy's name. Doesn't matter.
So
I
I
hope
mean,
to never learn that name.
I just don't think, as much as we can say that that the Packers have been stable. Well, it's kind of easy to be stable when you have two Hall of Fame quarterbacks, like generational talent type of quarterbacks. Lions have never had one.
Well, they had one.
You could argue Matthew Stafford, but I'm telling you, he's not those two guys.
Well,
I thought he meant
he's definitely
Scott
not
Mitchell.
those two guys.
So
No, he's
in the history of Lions franchise, they've never had one of those kind of guys.
Yeah.
And they've had back-to-back, again, it's like 30 years, going on 30 years or more of that kind of stability at the quarterback position. Yeah, it's pretty easy to build a franchise that way. So let's see how you can do it starting from scratch.
Yeah, so since we're talking about quarterbacks, I did want to come out with some so the Pro Football Focus came out with the top quarterbacks heading into the season. So they have some I tried to write down how they do all of this, and it is the most confusing thing ever. And I figured if I can't read it and understand it, there's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to explain it to somebody. But anyways, basically their goal is to explain the best quarterbacks based on what they've done, what they're projected to do, based on their weapons and all of that stuff. So it's not what they're projecting exactly, but it's top quarterbacks heading in to 2021. Yeah, it'd be the 2021
This
season.
will be interesting.
Could you start over? Could you explain that again?
No,
Can
I'm
you
right.
read it to me?
He's going to move on.
229.
Explain it to me like I'm 5.
I tried. That's how Pro Football Focus works. Is they make you feel like about this
Yeah.
small.
Do they
with
really?
football
Very small.
knowledge.
Oh, that's
yeah.
not very nice.
No, it's really mean. And honestly, a lot of
dicks. I was gonna say,
their
explain it to me like I
their
care.
rankings and stats and stuff are so confusing they make no sense.
They're,
You have the most random, best graded guard in the whole league. It's just really weird. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But I'm sure they have their reasons.
but I believe them more than say ESPN. I just ESPN I can't even take seriously with rankings.
The best
Anyways.
part
ESPN
about
sucks.
the best part
They
about the
do.
rankings though is it's not necessarily you don't say that because he was ranked 3rd overall doesn't mean he's the 3rd best guard. It means that he was in the top tier of guards.
Okay.
That's the way I always take that kind of information.
They're very tier oriented as well.
Yeah, they are. Yep.
For sure. So obviously, I mean, number 1 is going to be Patrick Mahomes. And I was a little surprised where Tom Brady landed at number 2. I think that's a lot to do with just how good he makes
Really?
everybody around him.
Yeah, I mean, probably how good his teams always are, or how good he always is, or how many Super Bowls
it's
he
so
wins.
hard to tell what the real thing is because his arm's average. And I remember my dad telling me this for a long time, and it was about Wayne Gretzky, and it was like a documentary on Wayne Gretzky. It was like he's not fast. In fact,
Sure.
he's slow compared to everybody else. He's not. He doesn't have the hardest shot. In fact, it's a little weak. He's not big. He's actually really small, and all these things is but he's the greatest player ever. Because he thinks the
True.
game better
Yeah.
than anybody. And that's
Yeah.
I feel like Tom Brady fits that to a T. And that's what the greats do. It doesn't make sense, but they're just the greatest because they're the greatest.
I am
know
so
what I mean?
glad you brought that up. Can I just go
Thanks,
off
man.
on a 30-second tangent here really
Go
quick?
for it, man.
Okay.
You guys have in a
Actually, no,
moment.
we don't have time.
No, no,
I'm
no,
kidding.
no.
No, I'm
Made
kidding.
it-
No,
I'm
it's
kidding.
hockey
Just
related.
Micah
I
just
love
made
hockey. Let's do
Sam's
it.
night.
So Sidney Crosby just eclipsed 191 playoff points the other night. Okay, I saw this list. You know where Wayne Gretzky sits? Sits at the top,
So that,
but at how many
so
points?
all right. So
me
Sidney
guess. I
Crosby
wanna
was
guess.
191.
Me too. I wanna guess, too.
191. Okay, listen. This is how good
Can I-
Gretzky
Can
was.
I guess though?
I would guess
I'll take guesses,
Yeah.
please.
633.
Okay.
Is this Price is Right scoring?
It's probably way over.
Because I
It's
will
probably
take
over
6
1,000, honestly. Now that I think about it.
I will take 634.
And I'll
Oh,
take,
you can't do that.
No.
and I'll take 900.
900.
John's got.
229.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna bring things back down to earth, guys. Okay, Wayne Gretzky sits at the top at 382.
I was so
Okay.
close.
Ooh.
You're at 633.
But listen,
Yeah, he's still
Did I
the
say
one. Yeah.
633?
But he
Oh, my
won.
bad.
so
I didn't listen.
Price is Right
so
scoring.
as
I was
much as
under.
I didn't like Crosby, I really don't like Crosby.
I do know.
He is really, really, really good, and you have to give credit where credit's due. But that's how good Gretzky was. The greatest of all time
Yeah.
is at 382, and as good as Sidney is, he's only at 191.
Yeah.
Not even.
That is bizarre.
different world,
Yeah.
different year, or
Same
different game.
Same birthday as me, Wayne Gretzky.
Does he?
It's a good
Now
Nice.
you're gonna try to guess right now.
Yeah.
January 18 or 16.
No, I didn't ask you to guess. I
16
didn't ask.
or
I didn't
18?
ask you to offend me. March 3.
27.
No,
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
is
right
that
with
your
18
birthday?
January.
No.
It is January, right?
it is January. Did I just say your birthday?
You did.
Yeah.
January 28th.
Because that's your
Oh,
always. That's
He's
always
the closest.
Well, what did he say?
He said January 28.
27,
No,
28.
no.
26.
26.
Ah, we got it.
We got it.
We got it.
all of us
15
together.
numbers. It
So
took-
good. I was gonna get there. It's in my calendar, so I remember.
Sure.
All right,
I don't
you
know
do
why
your
I don't
thing.
remember. All right, but anyway, so Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, and Deshaun Watson bring in the top 5.
Okay,
I'm
wait,
curious-
hold on. Mahomes, Brady, Rodgers,
Wilson,
Wilson,
Watson.
and Watson. Okay.
I am
Do you have the
curious
next 5?
if you guys. Oh, I have it all here, baby.
Oh.
Come on,
I have it all here,
Boy,
baby.
wow.
baby.
come on.
Strong.
I wouldn't come up with anything. All right. Anyways,
What?
I want you guys to guess first where
Stafford is
Stafford is.
12.
15.
7.
You just want me to tell you straight? John, do you have a guess?
Well, we just guessed.
229.
Well done, well done. All right. So I'm gonna go all the way to Stafford now, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Number 6 is Josh Allen. Number 7, Dak Prescott.
No.
Number
The
8,
last hand did that to me.
Lamar Jackson. Number 9,
yeah.
Matt Ryan. Number 10, Baker Mayfield. Number 11, Matthew Stafford.
Didn't somebody say 12? Who said 12?
I don't remember. It doesn't matter.
What? It doesn't matter.
The bottom line is here. I'm curious what you guys think about him being at 11. Ryan?
I think the NFL values him way higher than 11th if they were giving up 2 first-round picks and Jared Goff for him.
Yeah, first overall pick, right?
Yeah. I mean, it makes you think that they don't think the Rams are as good as everybody thinks they are, because how could you put Baker Mayfield after the season the Browns had last year
Yeah, true.
when he was the weak point of that team
Isn't that crazy?
ahead of Matthew Stafford?
I would put Stafford in front of those 3 guys right there. That's not even a question.
So
Baker
those
Mayfield-
3, did you say like Josh Allen too?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
really?
no.
That's probably the one that I disagree with there.
There is
but
not enough.
I would put
Look at
him,
Micah say he likes Stafford, and Sam just has to disagree. to
Well,
disagree.
I think Josh Allen. That one's not.
Josh
arguable.
Allen had a
It's not
phenomenal
arguable.
season.
He did.
My point proven. A phenomenal season.
I would put him over out of the people ahead of him. I would put him over Dak Prescott. I would put him over Lamar Jackson. I know that's where we disagree. I would put him ahead of Matt Ryan and Baker Mayfield.
I would too. I would put him ahead of Matt Ryan and Baker Mayfield, and this probably isn't.
What about Dak?
Oh yeah, Dak too. I would. All 3 of those guys. I think Stafford's in the top 10. If we're talking about number 8, then I could deal with that. I mean, I guess
So-
7. So
Yeah.
that makes sense to me.
Are you basing this off of just 1 year last year and that's it?
No, I'm basing that off of career.
Josh Allen has nothing then.
He's
No,
had a
has
pretty
w-
good career.
No, he's had 1 really good season.
He's had
one
and a
elite-
half really good
elite season. Last year, Josh Allen was top 3 quarterback.
Okay.
Mhm. I agree with that. He was
Okay.
actually probably number 2
Yeah, he
in
probably
the regular
was.
season.
Matt
Yeah.
Stafford has had a much better career so far. I mean, there
No,
is
I
more
agree with that.
work.
I agree with that.
I get it.
You look
But-
at the upside.
Long term,
You look at the upside too. There's still even room for growth.
the long
for
term
Josh
hasn't
Allen.
been proven for Josh Allen though.
Right.
But the way he's trending, I don't think it's fair if I tried to argue that personally.
But overall, we're saying
I mean, I love it.
Matthew
Don't get me
Stafford.
wrong.
I mean,
I would take Stafford over Josh Allen,
but that's the difference.
but I can't
For,
argue
for
it.
a
Is
rebuild?
basically where I'm at.
That's
Not
the
for
difference
rebuild.
in like this trade. Like you see what the Rams. Well, the Rams wanted to get rid of Jared Goff. They were done with him, I guess.
Wait, where is Jared Goff?
He was
Oh,
in
we-
L.A. Oh, we're gonna get to that.
No, okay. Oh, sorry.
So let's just go
Jump to
back
that.
to this though. So they were not only willing to give up Jared Goff, but 2 first-round picks. You don't do that for a number 11 overall quarterback in the league. You do that to win a Super Bowl, which you think will be a top 5 quarterback in the league.
Okay, really quick, unbiased. If you were Bills fans, would you take Josh Allen or Matt Stafford to be on your team going into the 2021 season right now? Go.
Yeah, you take Josh Allen because he's best friends with the whole team.
I would still
Come on now.
Are they still rebuilding a little bit too? The
No,
Bills?
they're
not.
No, they're
They're
good.
no,
Yeah,
really
that's right.
good,
Yeah,
really
yeah.
They're solidified.
I think. I mean, if you're talking quarterback, like passing quarterback, I would
Well,
take Stafford.
Yeah, arm talent
Arm
for sure.
talent,
Yes.
I would take Stafford, but there's more that goes into it. Now, do I think Josh Allen is a long-term great quarterback? I'm not positive on that because I think he's one injury away from falling off the way that we've seen him away. And I know he's not like mobile like we've seen in a lot of ways, but he's one massive hit away from being timid.
Josh Allen, he's super mobile.
No, I know he's super mobile, but he's not like your prototypical dual threat. He's just really good at running as well and scrambling.
He's
You
built
know-
like
you
Ben
know what I mean?
Roethlisberger, but he can run around like maybe like a Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
I think
think
there's a
he's-
lot of upside there. He's not gonna withstand the full season
I
one
hope
at a
so
time.
because
you know?
I do really like that guy. But this is what they had to say about Matthew Stafford coming in at 11. He said, Sean McVay must be the happiest coach of the offseason. He can finally dial up the deep passing game he's probably always dreamt of. The addition of Matthew Stafford makes this offense that much more dangerous. Stafford offers the same steady stream of passing and intermediate level throws, but he will excel on passing plays of 20 or more yards downfield. But let's not take for granted what Tom Brady accomplished in the first year offense. It does not take some time. It does take some time. Kyle, don't even start mocking me, baby. Don't do that to me.
Sorry, my mic was off.
I knew you were gonna, you looked
he was
at
looking
me
to
like,
start
"Come
the
on."
Jaws thing.
Right,
Is that what it was? It does take some time to get new
The second we talk
terminology
Stafford, I should start
down.
it.
That will be the biggest hurdle for Stafford, but if the transition is smooth, the Rams could be taking another trip to the Super Bowl.
Okay, so they're acknowledging Stafford's talent level.
Yep.
They're also saying this is a new system with a new quarterback, a new coach, new offense coordinator, so there could be some growing pains.
Yeah,
this
Stafford's
year.
not used to that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right?
No, but I think that's where their head is. So they're not saying he's the 11th best quarterback. They're saying that he might have a year to get used to this system.
I
So,
think
I get it.
The way I read that is everybody knows this guy's very close to greatness, but he hasn't had the right supporting staff
But he
around
played
him
for the Lions.
to be
Yeah.
great.
Played for
And
the
I feel
Lions.
like I feel like he is the
Even I know that's
he's
a
the
problem.
ticking time bomb to jump so fast up into the top 7, top 5, because it can happen quickly in the NFL, and he seems to be ready to go. Kyle, you brought up where you thought, like, where Jared Goff was.
Yeah.
I want to hear you guys' guesses.
How many?
And a little reason why, maybe.
No.
There are 32 teams.
You knew what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
That's why I thought it was 32. I think
Then we'll go down from Stafford.
Sorry, I think he will be 22.
22.
My reason is because of they don't really have much for receivers.
Yeah, and
Didn't
they
that
did
play into this?
They did play a lot of
Yeah,
that into it,
yeah.
so we got to keep that in mind. John, where are you going with that one? Where do you think he's landing?
I'm going to say 16.
16?
16.
Way too high.
Yeah, where are you going, Ryan?
Micah, what do you think?
I was going to say 16, but I'll take 17.
Oh, a little less low.
Can I
Or
change my
high.
answer?
No, you're good. Where did you even say? I don't even remember.
22, I think.
22?
No, I said 24. I went 24.
All right, Ryan.
I'm coming up with quarterbacks in my mind throughout the league, and there aren't too many that I feel like they're gonna rate lower than Jared Goff. I think I'm going to go 25.
All right. So
Really?
starting from 11, you got Ryan Tannehill for the Tennessee Titans. Number 13, Derek Carr. Number 14, Kirk Cousins. Number 15, Justin Herbert. Number 16, Ben Roethlisberger.
That's too high for Ben.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Number 17, Kyler Murray. Number 18, Joe Burrow. Number 19, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
No.
Magic.
He's good,
Number
man.
20, and this one is laughable, Daniel Jones.
Oh,
Get
that's one of them I
out.
thought would be lower.
Right?
The guy from
Cow.
Duke?
What?
Yeah. Number 21, Trevor Lawrence. Number 22,
He hasn't even played a game.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy G.
Number 23, Carson Wentz for the Colts.
Come on.
Number 24, Jameis Winston / Taysom Hill. They threw them both in there.
He's a tight end.
Can I change my pick?
Is that
Can
fair?
I
That's a
change my
double.
pick to 30?
Number 25, Justin Fields.
Oh, I thought he was going to say Jared Goff. I thought you hit
Justin Fields. See, these are the ones that
No,
I in my head started throwing in there.
Right? Number 26, Jared Goff of the Detroit Lions.
This
Close,
is
man.
And this is what they
bull.
say. This is what they say. A fresh start does not. Oh gosh, Ryan, you want to read? Number? Yeah, you read it. For me.
Yeah.
So
Where
I can
where
think.
is it?
The very top.
Very top. A fresh start does wonders, especially at the quarterback position. It also doesn't hurt when you get a vote of confidence from your team when your team takes Penei Sewell to protect you over some highly sought-after first-round quarterbacks. The Rams were third in the league in play-action pass attempts and tied for fifth in screen pass attempts. It will be imperative that the Lions help their QB and design an offense around what he's comfortable with. Goff has a top 5 passing grade when he has a clean pocket, is in rhythm, and targets intermediate throws 10 to 19 yards downfield. He struggled when targeting 20-plus yard throws in this game in the same scenario, earning the 29th ranked passing grade out of 36 qualifying quarterbacks. Getting the ball downfield in 2020 was a struggle, whether it was missed throws or negatively graded throws. This is probably why Goff led the league in passing yards on completions of 5 yards or less a season ago. The Lions seem to be building around Goff, and this is exactly why he needs to get his confidence back up so he can play at a high level again.
That's a garbage ranking. That's
I
terrible.
kind of agree because I think you have some very, very unproven guys coming up or ahead of him. And I don't think that's unfair in the quarterback position because you could have very highly drafted guys that just absolutely are garbage. And I don't like that Justin Fields is ahead of him. Kylie,
I feel like I'm on crazy
sorry.
pills right now. Like, Sam is the one saying the Lions are terrible and that this is a fair ranking.
I did not say it was fair.
at 26.
I guess 25.
I think he should
Yeah.
moved up at least in the top 20. I think that.
Okay, so there's a lot. We always talk about how it's not that hard to be. We don't always talk about this, but I think there's a feeling that it's not hard to be in the top 15 maybe quarterbacks in the league. The league at the quarterback position right now is saturated. There are a lot of good quarterbacks. Not great quarterbacks, but a lot of good or average quarterbacks. And so if you have a quarterback that has obvious weaknesses like Jared Goff has right now with his throwing down the field, I can see why they're going to throw other guys ahead of him, especially the young guys with the upside that everybody thinks that they might have.
So you're just happy with Fields and Trevor Lawrence being up there?
I think Trevor Lawrence is an obvious pick to be ahead of him. Justin Fields, no.
It's
dumb.
embarrassing that Justin Fields is ahead
Terrible.
of him.
Okay.
And it's not fair. It's
Sure.
not fair to Jared Goff, who has proven to be able to win one of good teams around
But
him.
let's get into
guys,
the
he just
quarterbacks
doesn't have a
below
good team
him.
around.
He's
Hold
a
on.
Pro Bowl QB.
Yeah,
He was.
Go to the quarterbacks below him. And
The quarterbacks below: Cam Newton, Sam Darnold, Tua, Zach Wilson, who
That's interesting.
get out
That
of here.
Justin
He's going to
Fields
be
is ahead
Yeah.
of Zach Wilson.
Yep. Jalen Hurts and Drew Lock, which Drew Lock obvious
Should be the
Yep.
worst. Well, I don't know if he should be the worst, but man, I don't know. It seems low, but at the same time, man.
I mean, Sam Darnold is a little surprising
I
one.
think Sam Darnold's better than Jared Goff, personally. With the right group around him, I don't think that was fair to Sam Darnold. At the same time, he hasn't done enough to prove to say that my argument's valid.
He might have a higher
know what
upside,
I mean?
but he's not better. He misses wide open throws.
Yeah.
I've never liked that guy. I have never liked the hype that guy has had out of USC.
Is it his red
Sam
hair?
Darnold is garbage. I don't know
We'll see.
what
Loves
people
the hair,
think.
maybe?
I'll be really interesting, but I'm interested to see what he can do
Sure.
outside of that. But those are the quarterbacks. I wanted to talk a little bit about, not as long, about a couple other positions.
That took a long
But-
time.
You're
no,
gonna
it was
get-
good. It was a good conversation, though.
You
Where
got
are we
about
at?
3
Where are we
minutes.
at with the clock right
You
now?
got about 3 minutes
6
on
hours and 45
tackles
minutes.
Can we get a
before-
clock? John, can we get a clock update?
It's 9:54 p.m.
No. I want to know how long this podcast
This-
has been
We're
going.
about
so
an
far,
hour
where are we
10.
at with time? Well, we also had the intro that we
I don't
didn't
care.
really
Where are we at?
close enough. Yeah.
1 hour and 5 minutes
All right.
of recording. time.
Remember when I said this would be a quick one?
I didn't believe you.
Got him.
You're getting Jaws like 3
All right.
minutes into
Before-
tackle,
before-
center, and offensive.
Before we get
rankings.
into that, I do want to let's talk a little bit about Summer Fling and give it our grade. You guys good with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I don't know if I had any.
It should have been poured for you. Did
Just
I not
kidding.
do that for you?
He did. I'm kidding.
All right. So who wants to remind everybody what we're drinking with Summer Fling?
Summer Fling.
Summer Fling. It is Hefeweizen Ale from
Hybrid Hefeweizen ale.
Ludington Bay Brewing Co. Part of their summer
Company.
Summer provisions variety
I'm trying
pack.
to read it from the can, and he's just blowing me out of the water.
It's brewed with MI copper and
Just a-
Volvodina hops.
Slightly dry biscuit finish, I'd say.
Ooh, a biscuit. Put a biscuit in the basket.
That's okay.
All right. Is anybody else a big fan of this?
Yeah, I am.
I think it's good for Hefeweizen. I'm not a big
Yeah.
Hefeweizen guy.
It's a hybrid Hefeweizen.
Yeah, I would say 7.5
right.
for myself.
I think it's
There you go.
I think it's
Fine.
a terrific Hefeweizen.
Yeah.
I was going 7.7.
8-1.
Wow, and the 8s back to back.
Yeah.
Kyle's a
good.
big Ludington Brewing fan.
I am.
Ludington Bay
I-
Brewing Company, I should say.
Ooh.
He's gonna take a little sip.
Drum
Then he's
roll.
gonna spit it out.
Drum
spit out
roll.
a grade. I mean.
So I like that.
Little banana? Real
Tart.
banana.
Tart.
8.1.
Wow, a couple 8
8-1.
scores. Though I mean, I do like that. For it is a easy to drink beer. I would say
That's good.
It's got
for,
good flavor,
good
man.
for
It's
summers.
balanced.
So far,
Yeah.
so good for Ludington Bay. I would say.
And
with
it
these
has like
first
a
two beers.
classic like Hefeweizen finish to it too, where it's like, yeah, you know what you're drinking.
Yeah, for sure. A couple more things that the Pro Football Focus came out with was the top centers in the league. Obviously, I don't expect you guys to know
3 to 5.
top centers in the league.
3 to
But
5.
Kyle, I
all
want
the
you to
names
name
on there?
all of them.
Probably Corey Lindsley.
You're gonna do that to me.
What about Ragnow?
Yeah, so I'm curious where you guys think Ragnow
Third.
is landing.
I think 3 to 5, somewhere in that range.
I want a number.
10.
Third.
4.
All right, number 1, Rodney Hudson, Arizona Cardinals. Number 2, Corey Lindsey. John, do you have a guess?
Chargers.
Sorry, no. All right, number 3, Frank Ragnow,
I was
gonna guess 3.
Detroit Lions. Ragnow stumbled a bit out
He's
of
that
the
good of a
gates.
center? I didn't
Oh,
even
yeah.
know
That's
that.
great.
Is
Really
he?
good.
Oh, okay.
Very, very good. He's going to be top 1 soon.
Top
Wow,
one.
top one.
Maybe.
Good call.
He actually
Floating
is,
around there
he's very
at
good.
one.
He's the highest paid center in history.
Yeah.
Now.
He came out of the.
I did see that.
So what
Yeah,
what
okay.
what they say about Ragnow real quick is he stumbled out a bit
Real quick.
out of the gates in his rookie season with Detroit, particularly as a pass protector. He got a 57.1 pass blocking grade in 2018. However, these rookie snaps came at left guard. Since moving to center, a position where he dominated at Arkansas, Ragnow has steadily risen toward the upper tier of players at the position. His 80.3 overall grade this past season ranked him third among all qualifying centers, and it earned him a record-breaking contract this offseason. As Ryan mentioned, the arrow is only pointing up for Ragnow as he enters his 4th NFL season. So I think the key about this Ragnow thing is, yeah, he got a new deal. He got a year well before he needed it. And
Sure.
that's how
It's a big
highly thought of he is in the Detroit Lions organization, how important he is to have a good center for a new quarterback or the next quarterback, whatever happens here. Center is
Yeah.
a great piece. And we've talked a lot about the offensive line as a whole with the Lions. I mean, we're very excited about him with a draft pick of Penei Sewell. You already have a left tackle. You have a top 3 center. And I that might be underrating him too. And I understand the way Pro Football Focus works. Actually, I don't. I already admitted to that.
You did say you don't.
I shouldn't have said that. I just did.
You just did again.
I love doing that.
That was awesome.
That was good. So I mean that's a key piece to an offensive line. So I did want to talk a little bit about the tackles as well. That's another position ranking that they came out with.
Before we get there, Ragnow, his press conference, it was awesome to see how much it meant to him too.
Pure Detroit too.
Oh yeah, and he so he recently lost his father. He passed away within the last year or two.
It's too bad.
Yeah, and so when he went up on stage, he was, at his press conference, he was talking about like how much it meant to him with his dad, with his parents, and he started crying, and he's like, "Oh man." And he had to admit, he's like, "Man, my dad like would be mocking me so hard right now for crying during a press conference." It was just great to see. The guy is legit. They were like, "What are you going to do now that you're doing this?" He's like, "Oh, I'm going to take a trip up to the UP and I'm going to go fishing. That's what I'm going to do."
Yeah. That's
so
cool.
just an awesome guy.
For sure. No, I really like what we've seen from him so far. And I mean, just so good. So good. And I'm glad that he's back at the center position where he's most comfortable, but we've talked a lot about the offense line, like I said. Tackles is another one that they came out with some rankings.
Offensive tackles?
Yeah, offensive tackles.
Is there a defensive tackle?
There are, yeah.
Right. Why would you not clarify that on the?
I'm sorry, I should have.
Okay.
Thank you for clarifying that. I really appreciate it.
I'm a big football guy, so
yeah. He's just adding to the suggestion box. That's
right. Yeah,
right?
you wanted our input. Yeah.
So are we supposed to guess this ranking?
Did I just call my mic?
So I'm curious of where you guys think Lions do. First of all, do any Lions tackles make it?
Yeah, Taylor Decker should make it.
All right, where do you expect him to be? And let's just keep this between me and you, so we can kind of just move quicker, if that's all right.
I think Taylor Decker is somewhere between 8 and 10. I would say
8 and 10. I agree with you on that. He's nowhere near that.
Really?
So, Taylor Decker is all the way down at 19.
19. So they're including right tackles in this.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is important. I should have clarified. Where were we on that, Kyle?
It's easier to be a good left tackle than right tackle.
It is.
Really left me hanging there. Right or left, offense, defense.
What is that from? Like, where were we on that, jackass?
Wasn't it like
That was
Gilmore?
Billy
Madison?
Happy Gilmore. No,
Gilmore?
Yeah.
This caddy.
So this is what they say about Taylor Decker real quick. It may have taken him a few years, but Decker is finally back to the level to play from his rookie campaign in 2016. I agree with that. He had some injuries in 2017 and 18, and he is getting back to some high-quality football. That year, he produced a 81.9 Pro Football Focus grade
PFF.
that ranked him 14th among all tackles, and still stands as the 7th best mark Pro Football Focus has seen from a rookie. But after Decker missed the first half of 2017, it took him until 2020 to reach the same heights. Last season, he cracked the top 10 in Pro Football Focus grade. I didn't nail that one that time. With an 82 mark that was anchored by the 5th best pass blocking grade among tackles.
Just let me know if you want me to read something.
Blocking.
Slim Blam Bloom?
I think he's a little undergraded there. But you also have right tackles in there.
Well, I think they're also considering maybe injury history in this.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Because he has had some of those. He signed to a good deal, though, and I love where the Lions are with the tackles right now.
Let's cut that before we get kicked off the air. I don't want.
Why are we getting kicked off the air?
I don't know. I'm sure that might be the one that's been getting us troubles.
Don't tell them.
Why?
You still get kicked off?
And don't tell me. It's going to make me do it more.
Yeah, that's a good point. He's like, let's kick all this off the air.
Yeah.
Can I go home right now?
So, anyways,
getting late.
I think he could be a little underrated in that scenario. I think he's proven, but like you said, with the injuries and stuff, could have something to do with it. But there is another tackle that makes this list, the top 32.
Penei Sewell.
Penei Sewell.
Whoa.
He falls in to number 31, and this is what they say. Actually, Ryan, you tell us what they have to say.
Yeah, sure.
Well done.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong.
I have all the confidence in the
Tell
world
Andrea
in
that.
Sewell eventually climbing
That's
into the
good.
top 10 on this list. But we are ranking these tackles based on the things as they stand, not the future. So Sewell led the Power 5 in big-time blocks in 2019. In the 95.8 PFF grade he earned for his efforts when he was an 18 and 19-year-old kid, I added the kid, still stands as the best mark in the PFF college era. So he was 18 and 19 setting records in college for PFF grades.
Did you say BFFs?
PFF, Pro
Best
Football,
friends
Football
forever?
Focus.
Best friends forever.
Me and
I
you?
thought he said. Yeah.
So I just don't want that to be overlooked because that is
He said
so
no.
big. He's like a guided missile with the way he tracks down defenders in space. It wouldn't be a surprise to see the former Oregon Duck face a learning curve, considering he went up against plenty of lackluster competition in the Pac-12 and was in an offense that limited his true one-on-ones, but his long-term potential is stardom.
I love that he's on this list.
Cannot disagree with that.
The dude's a stud.
Stud.
He's truly an athlete at that position. He's not just filling space. He's athletic. He's tough. He's mean. And that's all considering that he was only 18 and 19 when he proved all that.
Yeah.
He's going to take many kneecaps.
Many
The
kneecaps.
dude is exactly what this organization wants.
He is who we thought he was.
You are who they are who we thought they were.
Kneecap eater.
Boy, this beer's phenomenal too.
The blueberry one? Yeah, let's get into that. I was going to go a little bit into the overall rankings of offense, but I
Do
think
it
I might
next
save
week.
that. Let's save it for next week and get
Yeah.
into some King Kyle questions. But before we do that, let's grade another one of these beers. Oh, you
Wow,
panicked.
that was
I
quick.
did.
I
I thought I had
saw
to-
that fast twitch is going.
Well, I
like,
thought I had
oh,
one
you-
more. I thought I had one more. The offensive rankings. I'm like, I gotta hit a button. I gotta hit a button.
What are we grading? SS Badger Blue?
Yeah,
That's how you know I actually care.
Yeah,
Right?
I
There you
can
go.
tell. That was the first time I've seen that
Yeah.
in your eyes.
He finally had enough beer where he started
He's
caring.
terrified.
Right.
So this is the beer that Mikey, you actually
I-
initially introduced. Can you
this
tell us a
one
little bit
too.
about this beer?
Yeah. So I crushed this beer. It went down really quick, and I mean really quick. The Badger Blue Cream Ale brewed with Michigan Cascade and German Huell melon hops. I've never heard of the hop ever, and I like it.
Hugh
And
Mellon hops.
Huell, like Huel.
Okay.
Huell.
Like fuel.
Huell. I'm gonna go with an 8.4. I really like this beer.
Dude,
It's a very
it reminds
it's-
me
it's a
of
good.
something, and I can't figure out what it is.
I'm glad it reminds you of something.
Is it
I
like
like it.
blueberry?
Great story
Is
there.
it like yeah, thanks. Is it like blueberry
229.
cobbler or something like that? Like I don't know what it is. The creaminess and the
Well-
blueberries, like it reminds me of a dessert, but it's not like too sweet for like just a normal seeking
Yeah,
Not
the-
overly sweet.
the
Yeah.
sipping beer.
The blueberry is subtle. The cream is subtle. It's a really well balanced beer.
Man,
Honestly.
they
I
do
think
such
it's
a good job with that, don't
I think
they?
they're balanced with Ludington.
Are we driving to Ludington soon?
Yeah, let's do
Like,
it. I think
right?
we should have
I mean,
an
this
episode
is-
there.
Yeah.
We
I'm not
should
driving
really
right
try
now.
to. No, I'll drive. I'll take the minivan.
Yeah, not right now. Yeah.
Not today, but we
No.
should do an episode there. We
Yeah.
really should.
We should.
Yeah. I'm game, man.
Yeah. Hopefully
These guys
they
are awesome.
because their beer is phenomenal so far.
Yeah.
I think the balance is such a key word for them because they have so many flavors, but they're balanced well.
Give it a number.
Oh, is it my turn?
Your turn.
Do it.
Why is he
Do it.
slurring his speech?
Right,
said like a
I've
beer-
drank a lot of this Ludington
No,
Bay.
you haven't. You've had
No,
like
I really haven't.
1.5 beers.
You can
That's
do
it.
it.
I want to know your grade first.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
What do we
I
agree?
agree with. Sorry, I wanted you to score it so I could get right into this because I think you're right. Balance is very good with all of these beers so far. They're not overly sweet. It's not overly like it's just. Somehow this might be my favorite one yet. 8.2.
Oh, 8 point what?
We
Good
did.
two?
We
I was
did
gonna
get
do
a comment.
8.1
Good.
again,
Brian
but I
said.
think I did the last. What was my last two? 8.1, John.
Brian from Ludington Bay said
Yeah.
they are more than happy to host an episode. So we're gonna
He
hold
must
him to
not
it.
know Sam very well.
Let's
no,
go.
he doesn't. He doesn't know what he's,
He's,
dealing with yet.
he's a handful.
Right? Yeah. Yes.
He's definitely a handful.
Sam is a bit much.
Come on, guys. Let's not ruin this before it even started. Let's let him.
Well,
Let's
no,
let
the rest
him have
of
his
us.
own opinion about me.
Speaking about balance, so it's like the rest of us will balance you out.
Yeah, we
Just
bring
like
him
a
down.
good
You guys should
Ludington
see
Bay
me-
beer.
You guys should see me off air. I'm a dick.
We got to invite Jay up though.
Jay, Jay
Yeah,
could
for
come
sure.
out
Love
there.
it, yeah.
That's a great idea.
I don't know who Jay is, but
Ryan, did you give it a grade or no?
Try not skipping an
Don't
episode next
remember a
time.
grade.
did,
no.
did he give it a grade yet? The
No,
producer
he didn't.
John says no.
All right,
The-
I will go.
executive producer.
I will go
Executive.
8.6. I think this is just as
I
good
think it is-
as the.
Somehow this is my favorite one yet.
Yeah.
If you guys
Is
ever
that
had
your highest
really
grade yet?
I think it
No,
was.
I
Yeah?
gave for me what was
Talking
it?
to Kyle. but-
Tangelo
Tangelo Dream.
Have you guys ever had Little
Probably
Kings?
think
Little
this
Kings.
song is about you.
Do you know what Little Kings are?
Little
It-
Kings.
Little Kings. It's a beer. It's a cream ale, and it comes in these little tiny like glass bottles. They're 7 ounces, and they're really hard to find like in Michigan. But it's one of my favorite beers, and this totally it's also a cream ale.
Yeah.
Man, I think I just said that, but this kind of reminds me of that. But with that blueberry, oh man, it's a good beer.
Yeah. Usually I would like to like save some to share with people as they come over. There's not gonna be any of these left.
No, this.
I
No,
can
because they're coming
guarantee
home
you
with me.
They are so good, and I'm gonna give
Gone.
this one an 8.4.
Gone?
8.4.
8.4. I really am enjoying this beer. The creaminess, the word cream in a beer made me nervous.
I don't like the way he keeps saying that, and looking me in the eyes. He looked me in the eyes twice as he said that. I don't.
Oh my god.
I'm not a fan of that. I'm not.
What do you do with this? No, never mind.
And all of a sudden, Ludington's
there
like,
a-
rescinding their offer.
Is there a state of my sports HR department? Because I'd
I'm
like
sure
to
the
report what
government
just
made them
happened.
use that, and then they're just recycling labels,
Oh,
right?
right, yeah.
So
yeah.
The
most
cream has
important thing,
already been
Kyle,
removed.
Right, yeah, yeah.
Most important thing, Kyle. Document the time, the date.
Okay,
the,
what time is
just
it right
get
now?
the-
It's like
get the
12
facts.
midnight. Yeah.
The word
Oh, we're
cream
on
made
there.
me nervous, but they've done a phenomenal job. Another great score with this beer.
So Ludington commented, and they said they're drinking the Badger Blue right now.
Are
Love
they?
it.
Oh, nice!
Heck yeah.
Phenomenal. It's a great beer.
Great beer.
We are
Um,
too. That's so
yeah.
crazy.
What are the odds?
That's
What are
so
the
crazy.
odds?
Hey.
Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. State of My Sports.
So I mean, that's all the NFL talk we have. Who
What's-
knows what I'm saying?
What?
So,
So
He
that,
just like
La-
I thought he was.
I
speaking
was
like
thinking
some
I
Star
needed
Trek
to really
language.
use the restroom, but nobody else was going to talk like as we needed it. So I
You
We
should.
love
tell,
you.
if you tell me to
If you
start
let
talking,
us
I'll talk.
know that, we could do that.
Yeah, we could talk, man.
All right, so we got to get into some King Kyle's cup of questions. Is what we got. Is what we
Okay.
got to get into.
Take
there
off.
music for that?
But I'm going to use the restroom, and I'll answer it from the background. All right.
do
All right,
it.
just hurry up. Hold on.
So who's got the couple questions? Oh, King Kyle.
I have them here,
The King.
but Sam again
Kyle.
has mixed them all together. Ow.
So the King
The
has
king.
returned.
So I have some questions here, but they've been kind of pre-screened because again, Sam refuses
You've got children.
to
You
not
got
mix
it.
them all together. Okay. All right.
You got a question or what?
Yeah, I do. What would you miss most about your home, your house, if you moved?
Can I answer this one first?
Yes.
Because I have had this conversation so many times with my wife. Not that we're looking to move, but more like what would we lose in the scenario that we're in
Sure.
right now.
Sure.
We live across the street from
Sam.
Sam and his
true.
family and his kids with
Big
our
time
kids
jerk.
And the
And-
deck.
and the deck and the easy walking distance for podcasts.
He would also
So
lose
I've
a
got
pool.
it made. Yeah, I've got it made with the pool. And then also I just had one of my really the best man at my wedding move in a couple backyards away from me over there too. So I am
Who's that?
within
That's awesome.
walking distance. Donnie, have you met Donnie?
I love Donnie.
Yeah.
Yes, I love Donnie.
So I'm
Yeah,
within
he's a great
walking
guy.
distance between my two of my absolute very best friends and their families, and it's that's what I would miss out on the most.
So you're
like
not
that.
moving. That's good.
So I'm not
Yeah.
moving. Yeah.
good.
I ditto.
Did I? Yeah.
That's where
Yeah.
I'm at, and Andrew and I talk about that all the time. It's like it'd be great to have a bigger house, a nicer house, all of that type of stuff. But this is exactly what we want because we have people that have the same belief in God and like all that stuff, like such
Sure.
like good support. I mean, how many times do we just have like good conversations too at night about just life? And I think that that's so important to have close by, and we're on the same page in our parenting and our beliefs, and that's such a key.
Sure.
And that is exactly what I would say, and I'm not gonna cry, for the record.
What did he say at the end there? I was coughing.
Something about crying.
I'm not gonna cry because that
Oh.
means
Are you
means
getting
so much to
emotional?
me. Yeah, it just means so
Yeah.
much to me that I have that
I like that.
built in.
Yeah. Right here.
Even though he doesn't respond to texts, I can
But I'm
sit
still
up.
there.
I
But he's
can
there.
sit in
Yeah,
my
yeah.
front porch, my newly poured front porch, which is another reason I'm not moving. It's
State of my
concrete.
sports. Paid for
Um,
it.
State of my sports.
Paid for that concrete.
Sponsored porch.
But no, like if he doesn't return my text, I can be sitting out there and call him out on it the second he drives up in the driveway.
Well, that's probably why he knows he can't, or he doesn't really need to respond to your text.
I mean, right.
And
I'm
he's gonna
just gonna
see you in a
it little
couple
bit.
hours.
Yeah.
He's gonna start parking at the school and walking into his backyard now. Right. What about you, Micah? Like, what was your answer? Do you have one?
I don't know, a little bit of everything, honestly. I love where I'm at. I love the community I'm in. I'm close to church. I love the kids' school district. Man,
Micah does live. Having been to Micah's house, I used to live really close to where Micah is. That's a great community. Yeah.
All right. Next question.
What is the most beautiful drive you've taken?
That's a really good question. I would have to say something in the mountains. Just
Yeah.
driving through, and I would. They're kind of similar, but the Rocky Mountains, just driving through that area and like Yellowstone, and then even down in like Colorado, and then also the Alps. If you're driving through the Alps or taking trains through the Alps, it's absolutely incredible. The mountains, the cliffs that go straight up and down is just the coolest thing to me. So anything like that.
Yeah, mine's gonna be pretty simple. I mean, I haven't really. I've driven to Florida and stuff. That's just pretty typical. I haven't personally driven like through, the like Yellowstone area. I know that's really nice to go through the mountains. I haven't done that as an adult. But
Sure.
the drive that we had from Elk Rapids to Shores Brewing Company, there was so
Oh,
much.
you like
it
that?
was.
Yeah.
It, I mean, it's
Yeah.
very simple, very under like. It shouldn't be on the list, but that's the one that stands out to me because that it's familiar. Like I haven't really gone in a huge road trip yet
Sure.
as an adult, so
Well,
that's one that stands out to me. Though.
That's pretty cool because the whole time we were driving, we were looking at the properties and we were looking at the hills, the yards, the houses, and then you get to the stuff on the lake and you're like, oh, it's kind of fun to just imagine like what that would be like if that was your cottage or your house.
There were a couple times that it felt like a very small road and there was lakes on both sides, and that was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, really cool.
nice.
Kyle or Micah?
Kyle?
I have one actually. That's why
Oh,
as I
really?
screen these,
Usually you don't.
I usually don't answer, but if you'll allow it.
No, sorry, cut
and-
his mic.
Well, I am the king, so
John's already
the
on it.
road. He'll cut it. The road to Lahaina. We were in Maui.
Has anybody heard of Lahaina?
I think
Lahaina
it's
is
Hawaii.
Lahaina is a city, like a kind of a. It's not a city. It's a little town in Hawaii, but it is actually where it is the highest like traffic accident or fatality or something like that. Or
Sounds
one
awesome.
of
Sounds beautiful.
in the United States because everybody's like rubbernecking. So you're driving and you have like the coast on one side and you're right on the coast and you have volcanoes on the other side and it's just like
Sounds safe.
I remember driving that on that thinking number one, Sam doesn't know how to pour a beer.
I should have taken more
And-
time.
and then
I just wasn't comfortable.
Number two, thinking like, yeah, this is so beautiful. Like, take the time to enjoy this.
Yeah, I bet.
Wow.
Micah?
I want to go.
It's amazing. It really, yeah. It was like
Taking
my
my sports
parents'
road trip?
40th wedding anniversary, and they were
Bet
like,
he spent
yep,
all the money
you
on
guys
the
are coming
driveway.
with us.
Well,
Yeah.
we took the kids on a massive road trip before I changed careers, and we ended up going kind of through Pittsburgh, D.C., down the East Coast, and we went through Maryland. Maryland is absolutely beautiful. I had no idea. I have never been to Maryland, never been to the East Coast, nor is even near it. And Maryland surprised the heck out of me.
East Coast in general, I love the cliffs, the rock formations that you
Yeah.
have around that area. It's beautiful. It really is.
Yeah, and then honestly, Grand Canyon, there is nothing.
Oh,
like
I'd love
it.
to see
It's
that. Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal.
So we posted on our Instagram if anybody had any questions for us. And
There was a
one of-
couple.
Yeah, there was a few. One of the questions was, who is your least favorite sports team of all time? John, do you have a least favorite sports team of all time?
That's a great question.
a
On the
good-
spot, that's a tough one.
It really is.
It's easy to pick the Avalanche, I think. Like
Yeah.
during that obviously the heat of that rivalry, but I'm gonna go with I don't know, Indiana Pacers. Reggie Miller, not a fan.
Ooh, yeah.
Jermaine O'Neal, not a fan. Obviously, Meta World Peace, not a fan.
Meta World Peace.
He was Ron Artest when
So
he
you're
was
not a
laying
fan
down.
of peace? You don't want peace in this country? Is that what you're
Right.
saying?
No, I did get to see the Malice of in the Palace.
Malice.
Malice
Yeah.
in the
In
Palace.
the Palace?
Live
No, sorry.
was playing poker with a bunch of buddies. We were all underage. Shouldn't have been happening, like illegal
Should
gambling
not have been
before,
happening.
before there was
Nice.
legal gambling. But I would. Those are two teams.
I watched that live too.
right off the get go. Those are the two teams that come to
They
mind.
come to mind.
Hey,
Boston.
I know there's more. I know
Hold
there's
on.
more.
Did
The
you
world of
see?
Boston?
It was just like
Any
a couple
Boston.
days ago, or maybe even yesterday, where it was the
The-
anniversary of the block.
Yeah.
Tayshaun Prince
I
coming in
did,
on Reggie Miller.
yes.
think it
Yeah,
was
yes,
yesterday.
Reggie
Yeah.
Miller. Yeah.
Loved it.
So anything in Boston, Kyle
Anything
says.
Boston.
All right. Ryan,
I
do you
would
have one?
agree. I would agree with the anything in Boston thing, but instead I'll just go LeBron James.
See, I like
LeBron James.
I like
LeBron?
I like the Boston answer, but I liked the Patriots when Brady was there. So
I will say
can't
that I
really say
do.
that.
Even as a Michigan State fan,
Yeah,
I really like Tom Brady.
and I would-
When he was there, like doing what he was doing, like that was impressive. That
yeah.
was.
So as I get older, I find that I respect the teams that I hated, and growing up mostly a Red Wing fan, like the Avalanche, Penguins, all that stuff. It's like
Yeah.
it's so short term. Like right now, I love the way the Avalanche play, so I can't say the Avalanche, but I'm gonna say Ohio State football. No question in my mind.
Gosh.
Mike is the same. For sure.
That's so obvious.
Aren't you
Dang
right?
it.
dude.
When I heard the question, I thought Mike is going to say Ohio State.
Oh, there's
There's no question.
there's still hate in my heart for Colorado because when they played that Winter Classic where they brought all of the older guys out, there was still that question of when Claude Lemieux stepped on the ice, there was still kind of like that unknown almost anxiety around the
Yeah.
ice, and no one knew what to like. No
It was
one was
insane.
no one was gonna fight. Everyone knew that, but it was still just kind of odd
Yeah.
because nothing had been really kind of like closed up or something of that fashion.
But Ohio State.
Ohio, dude, how do you not
Yeah,
hate
yeah, that's
Ohio
Ryan
freaking
nailed it. Like
State?
I hate everything about that, but
Yeah.
it's Ohio State.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't even. It didn't even occur to me, and I feel bad even. But I'm the same way. I'll change my answer to Ohio State.
Did you get my question, Sam? Or a question that possibly a listener submitted
No, I didn't.
on Instagram?
Which one did you do?
I think it was somebody else, but did you
Oh
look
yeah,
through them?
what was it? Yeah, go for it. Do you have it?
All right, he's missing the point. So here's
Oh,
one
here
from
we go. Oh, sorry, go for it.
here's one on the card. If you could work as an assistant to anyone in the world for a year, who would you choose?
Michael Scott.
Oh, I love it. I love
So you
it.
could be what was the question?
You can be an assistant to anyone in the world for a year.
Steve Yzerman.
Oh,
Yeah,
good
I would.
answer.
I would say Al Avila because he's probably out of here soon,
Yeah,
and then I
you'd
can
get
jump right
promoted,
in. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
No, that's fair. I like the
Yeah,
Michael
that's
Scott
good.
answer though.
I want Elon.
That would be a good one. John, do you have one?
Jim Nance.
Jim
I mean,
Nance?
just
Oh,
a
yeah.
call like just an epic golf tournament would
Yeah.
be pretty.
That would
bad.
be awesome.
Yeah.
Micah?
We'll keep it under wraps.
Wait, what?
He's
Yep.
going to keep it quiet.
Oh, President Trump?
Yeah, maybe.
That's a good one. I'll say it.
Assistant to the Trump.
Assistant to the
Trumpster. There you go.
I'm
Get
okay with
business,
that.
What?
business experience.
Okay.
Not bad.
A ton of business.
So there was another question that we had.
Yeah.
This one was, if you could have a beer with one athlete in history, who would it be? One living, one gone.
What?
All right. Living for me is Steve Yzerman. That's my
high.
boy.
That's high on the
That's
list.
my boy.
Living. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I know about the one that's gone. I know.
Who's your goner?
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe.
Yep.
I'm curious what he knew. Never mind.
Yeah.
What?
Same.
Kyle.
Rabbit hole.
Gone. Gone is Mickey
Literally.
Mickey Mantle.
Mantle. Yeah, because I feel like that dude knew how to party.
Nice.
And living is almost tougher, isn't it?
Mickey Mantle.
Is he alive still? Shut up.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I don't
Conspiracy.
think so.
You heard it here first.
Oh man.
That's
I'm
how
gonna
we
go with
get our
Messi.
listeners.
Messi. He's the
Just
live
because
one.
he's the greatest.
Does he
That's-
speak English?
That's pretty good.
Pretty rough
I-
English, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Guarantee he's got something though.
he can do fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get a translator.
Yeah.
Perfect. That
If
sounds
you're
great.
out to dinner with Messi or have a beer with Messi,
Yeah.
like he's gonna have people around him.
He'll have plenty of people there.
yeah. Micah, do you have a couple?
Yeah, so gone would probably be Reggie White,
Oh, that's a really good one. That is a good one.
and then living Brett Favre for sure.
All right, Packers. Homer.
Sorry, guys.
It would be easy to say that my living
It
would
is
be
what it
Barry Sanders,
Oh, that'd be a good one.
except
good
that
one. It'd be
except
kind
that
of a
he's so
boring dinner,
awkward.
too.
Yeah,
He's
so
kind of
guy's
a quiet,
an
awkward
awkward
dude,
dude.
isn't
yeah,
he?
he's quiet and awkward. Which, I mean, we'd probably get along really well just sitting there and eating our dinner in silence. So probably
It was
how
good
it'd
talking
go.
to you.
Yeah, I think
Thanks,
I'd
Barry.
I
How
think I'd,
about Jared Goff?
You're gonna
ranked
make this up, right?
26th.
I mean, and that kind of brings up Matthew Stafford in a way too, and that might be one that I would love to get the lowdown of all of what's happened over the last
I would
decade.
I would
and a
love
half.
to know what he's actually like.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because he's very private. Well, he has been.
I think
I feel
he's
like-
predictable. I think I think we knew what we had in him. The
I
whole
feel like
time.
he'd be perfect sitting next to us. Like he just seems like a cool.
Yeah.
Like if there were no mics and nothing being said, like he would be a cool guy just to go out with.
Yeah, Peyton
And-
Manning might be another one.
Oh, Peyton Manning. Would be
I do
really
like
fun.
him.
I would really
Yeah.
like
John,
Joe,
do you have any
Oh man.
that
Tom
come
Brady,
to mind?
So
Oh yeah.
and
I
his
mean,
wife is invited.
Yes.
speaking of
yeah,
speaking
it's a
of
couple
John,
dinner, right? It's a couple dinner.
speaking of John, one of our favorite listeners, Jarrett, he said, "When can we see John's gorgeous face?"
Yeah, that's
I feel
not
like Jared
happening.
always asks for John's gorgeous.
He says, "Put
He
Kyle
does.
in John's chair because I can't look at his ugly mug for more than
Oh,
a minute."
gosh, you did
he
call
hates
him
that Boston
Jared,
comment. Yeah.
and you called him Jared
Yeah.
earlier. John, do
I
you
didn't start Jared. He did.
Yeah, that's a good point. Ryan did that. John, do you have a couple here?
I mean, Kobe tops the list probably for me. For those that the athletes that have passed. Trying to think back on anybody older, that may have Jackie Robinson. I feel like you would have to sit down and buy him a dozen beers.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
Hank Aaron too.
just
Okay.
some of the
Hank Aaron's still
yeah.
alive though,
Yeah,
isn't he?
some
Or
of
he
the-
just recently died.
He
some of
just
the
died
stories.
after something.
A couple years ago, right? Or
No,
like
no,
within
like
the-
January.
Yeah.
COVID.
It was. It was
Allegedly.
just. Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
I mean Ted Williams. I know Boston. We didn't want to talk about it.
Oh yeah. Sorry, go ahead, John. Sorry. Sorry, John.
But
I didn't know.
athletes that are still alive, I'd like to have a beer with Shaquille O'Neal just to sit by a
He
human
seems
of
like
that
That's a good
size.
He
Yeah.
seems like fun.
It's a great
Yeah.
Mountain
choice.
man.
Seems like a great.
A beer with Shaq would probably turn into a whole night. Just like, hey,
Oh,
you're invited
yeah.
to my house.
Yeah.
You'd
Have a
have
party.
Yeah,
You'd
doesn't
have
need-
different car insurance. You'd have the general.
The general.
All right, we got a couple more here.
One more.
Last one.
Which American landmark would you most like to see that you haven't already seen? So, Micah can't say Grand Canyon.
I think I'm at it's
This
either
is deep thought.
it's either Yosemite or the Redwood Forest, Northern California. I think the Redwoods or Yosemite. I don't know, one of those two, but those are mine.
I can't remember the name. The big trees, and huge.
Yeah,
That's Redwood.
Redwoods.
No. Sequoia. That's where I want to go. You can drive through trees. Huge.
Dude.
Sequoias.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about. Northern California.
Are we talking about the same thing?
Yeah, yeah.
Sequoias, redwoods, are they
Yeah,
the same?
Sequoia National Forest or whatever. It has redwoods that are that big.
Okay, that's where I want to go.
Yes.
Okay.
I haven't seen the Hoover Dam. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Dude, you have got to see it. It is wild.
That's what I just said.
Say it again.
Say it
The
again.
Hoover Dam.
Hoover
Oh,
Dam.
Super Dam. Sounds like fun. Yeah.
So
I've
there's
seen a few like the Grand Canyon would be another one, but I think the Hoover Dam would be cooler.
So there's
I'm
a
really into concrete right now.
there's a mountain biker who's almost got famous. Man, I'm trying to remember his name offhand. I should remember this. Anyways, he hopped up onto the handrail at the Hoover Dam. You know the handrail that like just separates you from death the whole way.
No, I haven't been there
He
yet.
rode his bike along the handrail. It had to have been for like 5 to 7 minutes on this video. He took a video of the whole thing. Obviously,
Sounds
got
like
super
very,
famous.
Like
He's
yeah, I don't
he's
know how you do that.
amazing. He just does he's one of those guys that like hops from rock to rock to rock. You know, is just insane.
Sounds
on
like a
his-
hopper.
On his bike.
It's already ready.
He balanced on his handrail on this handrail at the Hoover Dam for that whole time, and then he like hopped off. Like he hopped on from his bike, and then he hopped off at the end. It
Yeah,
was
no, thank
insane.
you. Okay, when you go to the Hoover Dam, go check out the Grand Canyon. Bryce, Zion, do it all. There's a little something you
Zion.
can do.
Zion
Seriously.
Williamson.
I would love to go to Zion.
No, Zion National Park is
Yeah, I
way
would
better than
love
Zion
to.
Williamson. Kyle?
Drinking craft beer, having fun, and talking sports in the state of Michigan. You're listening to State of My Sports.
All right, that was a good time. Thanks for pulling out those questions. Thank you to our listeners. We had a few of those.
Time check here.
Yeah. What's
Oh,
our time?
good
What's our
grief.
time here, John?
Yeah, I'm gonna start Jaws now. Let's move through this.
We are
Which one do you want?
141.
Wow. I really thought this was gonna be a shorter episode, but it's been a really fun one.
Let's start the draft.
I say that every time.
It's always good with good beer.
All right, we got to find the order here quick. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna obviously we always do this every single playoff season, especially when our teams aren't in it. We got to make it interesting between the four of us.
Draft
five of us.
playoffs.
King
We're gonna
Kyle
draft
is
some
first.
playoffs. Kyle, you got the first overall pick for our NBA draft.
Oh, easy peasy.
All right, let's get into it here. Oh, but before we do that, Ryan, can you, while the music's rocking, can you explain Betting Hero to our team? Because this is the Betting
too
Hero
loud?
segment.
Betting
you can
Hero
keep the music
segment?
up. You can keep the music up.
Yeah, turn it up a little more. A little more. There you go. All right. I don't know if you did or not. So, yeah, Betting Hero. So, Betting Hero is a partner with State of My Sports. They are part of the sports betting community. And what they do is they find the state that you live in, they organize all of the options that you have with online sports betting. And they give you every single app or every single online sports betting platform available to you at the time. And if you create an account with them, you sign up with promo code MIBETS. They lay it out, the best promo code available for every single one of those platforms, betting platforms or apps or whatever you want to call it. They lay it out for you, and you get to select and choose the best one available to you at the time. And it does not end with one promo code and done. Every single week, it seems like they're coming out with a new promo code, a new option to give you the best available betting scenario that will guaranteed make you money every single time you put something down. So go to bettinghero.com, promo code MIBETS,
Well done.
make some money.
For sure. So, we're going to adopt a playoff team. Kyle, you got the first overall pick here. You tell us when your pick's in, and you make it.
That pick is in. I don't like the pick. I don't like anything about it. I don't like the team. I don't like anything. But I'm going to take the Brooklyn Nets.
You're taking the Nets. All right.
Yeah, not bad.
I mean, he almost. This
They
season, you
have-
almost have to.
they have an
If you look at
all-star
the first thing-
team.
Yeah.
As their starting lineup, so yeah.
Micah, you got the second overall pick.
Pick is in. I'm going to go with the Lakers.
Lakers.
All right, so the Lakers had to go through the play-in game scenario.
Yep.
They are the seventh
Seven
seed,
Yeah.
and you still picked them with the second overall pick.
Isn't that crazy? Well, they have the second overall odds. So Brooklyn Nets are the favorite at plus 220. You got the Lakers at plus 460. And my pick's in.
I had to restart.
I was
both
about to
musics
chime with my.
at the same time.
I'm going to take the Utah Jazz at plus 600.
Utah.
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 It's
Okay.
Utah.
It's not bad.
Thanks, man.
I think
You got
it's
back-to-back picks, Ryan.
terrible.
All right, I guess
Sorry.
my pick is in. if there's one team that will come out of the East to challenge the West, it will be the Milwaukee Bucks. I take them.
All right. You got
And
back-to-back picks?
I guess my next pick is in.
I shortened it.
Phoenix
Wow.
Suns.
Are you
Oh,
kidding me?
really?
Phoenix Suns, guys.
You're gonna take
Devin
the
Booker, I
Suns?
love it. I'm hot on the Suns.
Are they up 1-0 on the Lakers right now?
They are.
play tonight,
just,
though, right?
Just one. They're playing tonight. I just think, if they can get past the Lakers first round, that's going to have a lot of momentum carrying them through the rest of the playoffs. The West is tough. They're going to have to go through the Clippers. I mean, who knows who's
My
coming
pick's
out of
in.
that.
Oh, wow.
At plus 600 again, I'm going to take the Los Angeles Clippers. I don't think it's going to happen, but
Good.
if I can
Hey.
get 2 teams in the top 4 odds, I'm in.
There you go.
Micah.
My pick is in. Give me the Miami Heat.
Wow.
That's an
Down
interesting
2-0?
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Nope.
Nope.
Just lost by like 36 points. the other
Sweet.
night.
The Heat did?
Yeah.
Ah!
Well, I mean, that's an easy one at this point. The pick is in. Done. 76ers.
Oh, the Gaffins are going to be pumped about
They
that
will
pick.
be super.
They're going to be so excited.
Yes.
You got back-to-back, though.
Yeah, I got the next one. Pick is in. Give me the Trailblazers.
Whoa.
Interesting.
Ballsy.
Micah.
Well, I know. I love Lillard.
Dame time.
I don't love him, but I respect the talent.
Dame
Pick is in.
time.
I'm right there with
Dame
you.
time.
He's
Let's
awesome.
be honest. None of the teams that we're going to draft from here on out are going to win.
I
But
said with Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond with the
True.
Pistons, I said we were one.
Are you writing these
Damian,
down, John?
Damian
'Cause I
Lillard
did
away
not.
from competing.
They were, though.
They were.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
all right, Micah.
The pick has been in.
He hates it.
Give me Mark Cuban's Mavs.
Dallas Mavericks. Good pick.
Mavs. I don't hate that
I
pick.
really
at
like
all.
that pick.
My pick's in. I'll take the Nuggets. I don't know why.
Dang it.
I'll
Doesn't
take the
matter.
Nuggets.
Dang it.
The
Doesn't matter at this point.
They're
they
legit,
got,
man.
They got the Joker though.
Yeah, they got the Joker.
Who's the Joker?
He's about to win MVP.
He is- he-
Jokic?
He could be MVP.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. They're
Yeah,
awesome.
cool. That's a cool story. Ryan.
Almost as good as yours.
Better
Wait,
story
Micah,
than
were you supposed to have
229.
back-to-back picks? Or,
That's
no, Ryan's
No,
supposed to have
Second
back-to-back.
I got
best story I've
back-to-back.
heard this episode.
All right,
Ryan
I'm
has
trying
back-to-back
to
picks.
keep up. All right, my pick is in.
Do it.
Atlanta Hawks.
Dang nabbit.
My pick's in.
No, my pick is in.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Ryan's pick's in.
Do it.
Memphis Grizzlies. I'm not doing it. I'm not biting.
My pick's in. Knicks.
Yeah.
Ah, I wanted him.
Yeah.
I ain't
did
taking.
not.
I am
I
not
don't either,
taking
but
Boston.
None of these teams are going to win.
I would rather
so-
take the Knicks than Boston Celtics. I hate the Celtics.
Everybody hates the Celtics. Everybody hates Boston.
Micah, what are you taking?
Give me Boston.
That means
Down
his pick's
2-0.
in.
Man.
And then Kyle ends with
The Wizards.
the Washington Wizards.
Formerly
Is
known
Jordan
as the
still playing?
Bullets.
Is Jordan still playing on the Wizards?
Yeah, for sure.
You can't say the. That's meant for Ohio State.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's illegal.
And it wasn't right according to the English language either, right?
Yeah.
Did you just put it to cut the music when I had already cut the music?
You already cut the music, but there's something else you're supposed to be doing here.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry. Jaws fade. Hold on. Where's Jaws with fade? Yeah, there it is.
No, that is not it. We
What
still
do
got beer grades, dude.
Class-
Classic
more to grade?
rook.
We got one more to grade, and we got to go through what we picked,
I don't get
like
it.
what our average grade was
Oh my
for all of
goodness,
it.
This is the worst.
Come
Time to
on.
grade our
Can I
Michigan
go
beers
pee?
for this episode, Yeah, but before you we can. do, I want to once again remind everyone of our partner, Siciliano's Market. They're simply the best beer store in West Michigan, located on Lake Michigan Drive, right between Grand Valley State University's main campus in downtown Grand Rapids. Wherever you live in West Michigan, it is worth the short drive for what they have to offer. Whether you know what you want or you need some help from their expert staff, Siciliano's Market is the best place for that. They not only have a massive and up-to-date inventory of the best craft beers from across our great nation, they're individually priced so you can mix and match to build your own six-pack. Along with their great selection of craft beer, they have specialty wines, spirits, ciders, coffee, tea, tobacco, and cigars. They also have the largest selection of homebrew and winemaking supplies in West Michigan. We love that Siciliano's Market is part of the State of My Sports family, and is who we visit to help us choose our Michigan beers for each and every episode. So please check them out and let them know that we sent you. So just to remind everyone what we're doing tonight, we are reviewing, I should say, Summer Provisions 12-pack from Ludington Bay Brewing Company. It is their summer variety pack. And so far, we have graded Tangelo Dream, Summer Fling, the SS Badger Blue, and we're ending with what their mystery beer is. So each 12-pack gets a mystery brew, and ours happened to be the Lake Phantom. So, Micah, I mean, tell us a little about. So I see that it's an American IPA, 5.7% alcohol. Like, I should have looked this up. That's on me.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right, I promise.
We would like a little more information about this Lake Phantom.
So we're gonna gather info here in a hot second.
Me and Ryan did
However,
that one.
the American Pale Ale that it is does taste very good. For a pale ale, for what it is, it tastes very, very good. We're gonna gather info here in just a minute.
But real quick, not Kyle. Gosh, I keep calling you. Oh,
Yeah,
that
I'm
sprayed
here.
me.
Kyle?
John, let's go with our average grade so far for the 3 beers that we've graded so far. While we look up a little bit more about this Lake Phantom, because we were not prepared for this one because it was the mystery beer. But I did just get a comment from Brian. So, John, can we do a little bit of a thing here?
Yeah, we got a tiebreaker for first, so we'll start with third place so far out of the 3.
Yeah.
Summer Fling came in with an overall average score of a 7.9, which is still pretty high. But we're going to have to flip a coin here on the other 2 because Tangelo Dream and Badger Blue both came in at an 8.4.
Whoa.
Average score?
8.4.
Really?
And
Nice.
I'm not rounding numbers here either.
That's awesome. So, I mean, a little bit about Ludington Bay Brewing Company. I mean, obviously they're in Ludington. Great spot.
Ludington Bay?
Yeah, Ludington. I didn't know it was a bay. Did you guys know Ludington was a bay? Is it a bay?
It's definitely a bay.
It is.
Got a bay.
I had no clue.
You're a bay.
I just always thought of it as Ludington, and I remember they have what is House of Flavors, the ice cream place.
Is this
Yeah,
the last
they do.
one?
Yeah, that's
This
it
is
right
our
there.
last one.
It exploded on me
Um,
as I was opening it up, so.
But anyways, so Brian commented. He said it's their American Pale, dry hopped with Citra, Centennial, and Idaho 7 hops. I feel like the Idaho 7
They
is
like their-
coming up more and more.
Yeah, they like the Idaho 7.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean in general. But look for the Summer Provisions mixed 12-pack. It is the great summer 12-pack so far. I mean, this is
Great summer
amazing. It hit shelves yesterday. So if you see it, get it before it's gone because you guys know after we talk about it, it's going to fly off the shelves.
Brian, thanks for helping us out there with the
Yeah, I
description.
really appreciate
Seriously.
it, Brian. Really, really do. Micah, can you give us a little grade on your Lake Phantom?
Ooh, I gotta try it.
Yeah, I'm going to go just a bump up
This
from
one
the
here?
others, actually, because this is my style of beer. I like IPAs. I like the American Pale Ales a lot. It's got a really, really good flavor to it. And like you said, those Idaho hops, I think it gives it just a little bit different flavor than a lot of the stuff you'd find around Beer City, because just to remind you, this still is Beer City.
It is.
I'm going to go with an 8.5.
That
This is a really good beer.
Kyle,
Micah,
how do you
likey.
feel about that one?
I like this beer. I do. I don't like it as much as the other 3.
You've kind of been off on the IPAs in general lately. Like they
I
just
have
haven't been.
Yeah. And I
your
don't know
go-tos.
why, but this is an American pale ale. It's still very well done though. Balanced as always. It says with a slightly dry finish. I think it is a pretty dry finish. Not
Yeah.
overly done at all.
Yep.
7.9.
Ryan.
This is just a standard IPA?
No, it's not an IPA.
It's
American Pale
IPA.
Ale.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was
No, it's
not
all
paying
good.
attention.
It's
all right.
I was just listening to you guys
Sam
talking.
keeps calling it that. He's trying to confuse us.
So,
I'm not saying it right.
I don't know.
look, this beer doesn't have like the flavors, like the
called it an
orange
IPA.
or it's not.
No.
Yeah, you did call it an IPA. That's kind
You called
of that's why
Is
I
it-
asked first.
It's not. It's an
Yeah.
American pale ale.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Wow.
APA.
APA.
So
That's
I,
on me.
APA.
Anybody else?
I just think I think they're not going for anything like too. Oh my gosh, what was
Whoa,
that?
what was that? Did you do that? Who did that?
Was that? Did I sit on the controls or something?
I have no
I don't have
idea
headphones
what
on,
happened.
as always, so I
If
don't know
you-
what you guys
that
are
was-
talking about.
If
That
you
was a
wanted an
strange sound.
IPA, this is not an IPA.
No,
Just
not
the
anything
forewarning.
close. Yeah.
American Pale Ale, very standard flavor.
Great
good
for
beer.
summer.
Flavor. It does. Now flavor.
What is going on? We got something happening here. Whose court is that?
Is it me?
We
I
apologize.
have no idea what's
to
going
everyone.
on.
Was it me?
That was horrible.
Do you guys
That
have
was
headphones
awful.
on?
That's why we do it live. We don't edit.
Yeah.
We don't do anything. This is
All right, let's
raw.
get back to the beer. The beer's great. It's been great all night long. I agree with Kyle. Maybe this isn't necessarily my favorite one of the night, but I've got nothing bad to say about it. It's
No,
actually
agreed.
it's a great
right?
beer.
Yeah, you like drink these ones and you're like, maybe I should have graded the other ones a little higher.
Well, that's
'cause this
kind of
is
yeah.
like
Like
Yeah,
I
because this
it-
is
this
a
deserves
great
a really
American
good
pale ale. It's
yeah.
not always
and
my
I can't
style,
I can't
but
go. You know what? I'm gonna match maybe the first beer that we had. I'm gonna go with an 8.1.
How do you remember your grade for your first beer?
Steel
That's
Trap.
impressive to me.
Steel
Did he
Trap.
actually get it
was
right, John?
4 hours ago.
Oh wait, hold. John's saying he didn't get it right. Hold
crap.
on.
Bull crap.
Hold
I did
on.
not go A2.
Oh, that is
Hold on.
hilarious.
Did I go
What was his grade for the first beer?
Was it even in the eights?
Yeah, it was.
8.6.
Oh wow, not even close.
No,
goes,
no.
"I'm gonna Tangelo match Dream?"
No,
Yeah.
Tangelo Dream was 8.6. You're right, but I went with one earlier. What?
Summer Fling. Beer number 2, you went with an 8.1.
Oh, you got confused with 1 and 2.
What about? Freak. Whatever. I'll figure this out. I'll
It's
get
all
back to you guys. I'll
We'll sort
update
it
you
out.
on the social medias.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sites.
because you're all over
He does
that.
a ton
I'll
of that.
share it and then
All
on
over the
social
social
media.
media.
Oh,
I still have to grade this thing, right?
Please do.
Hey, drum roll.
So another comment from Brian. Brian's been really helping us. No, so cut the yeah. All right.
Don't tell me what to do.
Brian
please.
says it's low IBUs, so not bitter like an IPA, less malt notes than say First Curve, which I've been drinking. All right, who
It's definitely
is.
right.
is that?
It's
Ryan's? Killing us. No, just don't try to repeat
Don't
it.
move.
Don't try to repeat it. Just-
I am in investigation mode. I need to figure
no,
this out.
we can figure this out
Put
off air.
yourself into
I would
a
say from
glass
what Brian
box
said,
of
it's
emotion.
not over malted, and I like that.
Yeah, for sure. No, this is a really good pale ale. I'm gonna go with a 7.9.
I
What a
think with
copycat.
his description right there, we're all going to learn a little bit about like
Brian
why
is-
it tastes the way it does.
He's my new
Yep.
hero when it comes to beer.
Yeah.
Like, I hope he listens to every episode and comments because
I feel like
Just
he does
help
a good
us
job
ex-
of explaining
He
things to us
does.
because we don't know a ton.
he
but like we're
explains
trying
it
to
to
learn,
us like
but
we're 5 because
yeah.
or 21 because we are.
Brett was always good at that.
Yeah,
But
Brett did a good job. of
like
that too.
Brett would like go over my head with it, and I was like, "Damn."
Yeah. No, I hear you there. So Kyle, why do I keep calling John Kyle?
I don't know.
This is not
It's
fair
just
to
one of those
anybody.
nights. It's
Well,
fine.
I did it last
fine.
week too, I think. But John, do you have? Or let's get the drum roll and get our final score.
Can I say
for
my
that
head drum
one?
roll? You told me to turn it off.
Well, I want the whole thing.
Do you guys want me to just do the static thing?
No, don't do that, please. All right, what was our average score
Overall
for the
average,
Phantom?
8.1.
Wow. All right. So we need another drum roll, and we need the average score of all of them. Do you have that ready to go, John?
Oh, no.
He doesn't have it ready to go,
For what?
which is fine. For
Isn't
our
that what he
average
just
score,
gave?
well, we got to give a full grade to the Summer Provisions Mixed 12-pack. This is I'm a big fan of this 12-pack. I'm going to buy another one. This is perfect for the
You want me to
fridge.
play drops until he has it?
Yeah, that's what she said. It's not expired because it's brand new. She might have said that, but I don't know.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this.
Just keep going. John, you got your math done. You got to
We're gonna start getting into draft scenarios here.
hit the
pretty
draft
soon.
music. Let's go back to the offensive rankings.
Okie dokie.
So I think with Penei Sewell, I'm thinking the tackles deserve to be top 7. What do you guys think?
8.2.
8.2.
Overall 8.2. That's phenomenal.
That's the overall score of the 12-pack.
Overall score of the 12 pack.
Wow.
So we took the
Dang.
That's
four
the highest
scores.
we've ever done a
Now,
12 pack.
now, I mean,
or I mean like a.
we
yeah.
could be wrong though because there's always a mystery beer.
Guys,
True.
Each and every 12-pack.
I think
so
we
you
are-
don't know.
I think
if
we
you-
are wrong. I think that like looking at that collection, that seems like an 8.4 to me.
I agree with that. Like, I think our averages probably ended up lower than they should have
That's a
been.
great collection of beers.
Yeah.
We got to bump up those rookie numbers, boys.
We'll
Yeah.
get there. We'll get there. We'll redo this. Maybe do a comparison later on. Maybe bracket style. We've talked about that for
Hey.
years.
A bracket
There we
style
go.
beer scenario here. But, I mean, yeah, that was really fun. Thanks again to Ludington Brewing Company for
Well said.
the summer provisions.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for recording. Thank you all for listening and watching
Yeah.
and all of the
has been
comments
fun.
and messages. We'll talk to you next week, if not sooner.
Probably one of the best episodes.
It was fun.
It's a fun one.
I really enjoyed it.
A lot of BS.
Is this even the outro? There we
You've
go.
been listening
Outro
to
was good.
State of My Sports. From the Red Wings to the Lions, to the Tigers to the Pistons, to Michigan and Michigan State, and everything in between, we're talking about it. And don't forget the beer. We hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review. In the meantime, hook up with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch at State of My Sports with an MI. We'll see you next time.